Hello, Maidenites and Maidenettes, boys and girls, babes and bubbers, or whatever it is you identify as these days, you crazy cats. It's Maidencast, episode number 42. And today we are doing the Trilogy. I picked another CD up.
We're going for it.
The Infinite Entanglement Trilogy, the epic by Mr. Blaze
Bayley. We're doing all three. We're
doing all three in one show. Before we get into that, just a little shout out to our lovely little community that we're building now. Mr. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 196 666. You need a shorter name, mate. He's put a new comment, a few more comments on the. He looks like he's working his way through them all. He's left comments on the Steve Harris one, and Fear of the Dark, and on Book of Souls. So,
mate.
Nice one, buddy. Thank you very much. And a shout out to Jonas. I'm not going to pronounce your surname, mate, because I've got a feeling there's a bit of a accent-y pronunciation. I'm not going to say it in case I butcher it. So I'll just say Jonas. He left us a very nice comment as well the other day. And
that's pretty cool, mate. Thank you very much.
And also, so all the rest that normally comment and like and put their 2 pence worth in. And send us in the direction of bootlegs. I do believe it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that was talking about bootlegs. Don't talk to me about bootlegs, right? I've got enough trouble as it is. So, yeah. Please don't. But do. You know what I mean? So, yeah, here we go. What did we do last week? We did Architects of Chaos, which was a nice surprise.
It was a surprise.
Mr. Poldiano.
And now, obviously, we've gone from... past Maiden to obviously the first Maiden to the third Maiden now with Blaze.
Shall we talk a bit of politics?
Well, depends how far you want to go, really.
Well, I've been looking at a few. I say looking at a few. It just comes up on me thing. Yeah, it seems Maiden fans aren't very happy about this box set.
Oh no, there has been some thing on the forums,
especially the fan club exclusive. I think the general thing around the normal box set is a bit maybe thanks but no thanks. But the fan club one is getting very.
Yeah, it's because they're only producing 2,021 of them. Because like going into it, what they're doing it's pretty fucking hardcore. So, but it is what it is. It's.
I think.
What do people want? Do they want an exclusive box set, or do they want everyone to have it and it just be mass produced? And I know they're making thousands, so it is mass produced.
No, I think what they're saying is you're just not seeing. The thing is with a box set, you've got to. The thing is with both box sets, to me, the album is the most interesting thing about it. If you're going to be doing that amount of money extra, you need to get something. For example, I think Metallica are knocking it out of the park at the moment with these box sets that they're doing. They're just about to do Black Album, and it's in a couple of different stages. And I think also with this Judas Priest one that's coming out, you'll be doing about £300 for about £100 worth of stuff, and that £100 worth of stuff. So you've got 4 unreleased concerts, the book, the signed photos, that actual proper thick British steel razor, and all. The only people that would want, but you've got to buy the whole back catalogue with it, and
which you've already got.
The only people that would want that extra stuff would have added all that stuff anyway. And I think that was Maiden, what would.
Sorry, I think the Maiden one falls somewhere in between because, like you say, Metallica. They've been doing the box sets now. This is the 5th one, so they've got it nailed. Whereas Priest. Like you say, you get this is some cool stuff in there, but you've got to buy everything you've already got to get it.
Yeah, it's not enough meat on the bones in order to justify.
Because they're sort of all right. It costs £333, which is big money. But the box is wooden and hand carved and all that. You got some pretty cool authentic Japanese stuff in, like the samurai hilt and all that. You got the new artwork that Mark Williamson. Sorry, I might have fucked your name up last time. I fucked it up again. Do apologise. But it's a slightly different Eddie with he's signed it like in pencil, so that's legit and all that. Proper fucking nice artwork and that. I mean, if you probably if you went and looked up how much this stuff would cost, it probably equates to the box set, you know, shy of it. No, because Maiden are making money off it. Let's not fuck about.
Oh, and I'm not against that.
Yeah, I know, I'm not either.
Yeah.
You know, I'm capitalist all the way. But for me, this is a case of all this stuff is, you know, no one's making you buy it.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I think it's people that would
But
want that probably would have bought it or were looking forward to it, and when they got it, they went, "Oh."
Yeah, but I think it falls in between the Priest box, which is a bit of a piss take,
as well,
and the Metallica box, which is fucking, you know, good value for money sort of thing.
I think as well, it doesn't matter how big the band is as well. It could be, you know, even like Tommy Victor from Prong. Prong are one of my favourite bands as well as one of yours, and Tommy Victor's someone I've got massive respect for. And he was doing a thing of, I think it was to celebrate cleansing. He did a special thing that you ordered, and he would do handwritten lyrics.
Oh, cool.
And sign it for you, and you chose what song you wanted and stuff like that. Little things like that. Again, Prong aren't as big as Iron Maiden, and it's not going to be as expensive as something from Iron Maiden, but you would, if you're a Prong fan, that would mean just as much to you.
Yeah.
You know, it's
that'd be pretty cool.
That would, you know, something like that. I mean, that box set that you're going to get from Metallica, I've got the Master of Puppets one.
Yeah.
And you get handwritten lyrics. Oh, it's all signed.
It's all James's notes and all that
plus
shit.
About 100 live albums and and that was like 150 quid. And you're gonna, you know what I mean? For 90 quid, you're getting a bunch of postcards, a bit of, you know.
Yeah. So that's the
Blu-ray I would have been interested in, but it's like, is it going to be over an hour long?
No, it's
not.
Not.
Yeah, that's just my thing with it. I'm just like, the album's still the main.
Yeah.
But I can get the album if I'm, you know. I think that's. I don't think they quite pulled it off this time. I mean, and on to the next.
Let's be fair, it's their first four. I mean, aside from Ed with the Great and that, it's their first
archive.
Yeah, but it's their first foray into a dedicated box for an album. It's not a collection of albums. It's not an all-encompassing thing. It's like, you know. And I've no doubt the pandemic has got something to do with it because they've all lost revenue. So they're thinking, fuck, how can we, that's why there's a shitload of fucking merch. More merch than I've ever seen for a new album. There's caps, fucking hoodies, T-shirts, fucking long sleeves.
Yeah.
You know, and they're all, EMP have got a load of exclusive ones. Maiden Fan Club have got exclusive ones. I mean, they're trying to make some money back. But again, why shouldn't they? And you don't have to buy it all. You know, I've read stuff where people are having guys on there having arguments with their wives because they're spending it. It's like, fucking hell. You know what I mean? You don't have to do it. Like, you've nailed down, the album is the most important thing. The rest of it is just fucking fluff, isn't it? You know? And you can get the album for a tenner.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, you think how much a Tool album cost?
Yeah, we read the mini HD screen and all that shit.
Yeah. Again, it was like, that's well and good. Don't get me, that was cool if you wanted it.
Yeah.
But I didn't. Just a standard one would have done me. It was that or nothing. That was the where they got that one wrong. But this is a little segue because someone who does do very good deals is Mr. Blaze Bayley.
Yeah, you've said I've never been there for an album release to do it, but you've always mentioned it.
He's pretty much mastered. Let's go through the old. So they all come in like a slipcase like that. So you've got like the logo of the thing, but with the artwork. So then it's like a reveal.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does this. But he's got a great little system. He's got a pre-order. The pre-order pays for the album, I think, pretty much. Yeah. And you've got basically a gold, silver, and bronze tier. So I think bronze tier is basically signed CD. Silver tier is, you know, and he comes up with different stuff every time. And I think gold, like you will get a thing every week of him in the studio recording it all.
Yeah, it's a bit like
he does like live Q&A. Yeah, signed stuff. He's done books before. I was gutted actually because in Infinite Entanglement 2, you got a DVD of exclusive content. That was all you got told. we interviewed him on Gully and Joe, and the gold tier sold out, and exclusive content on a DVD that will be here and here only, will never be released. It's for you and for you only. I was like, all right, it's probably just making up shit or whatever. I went, will you ever do this album in live, like in full, do you reckon? And he went, yeah. He went, we did do Infinite Entanglement once, and that was the one show where we did it in full, and everyone on the album was there. So the backing singers, actors were on stage doing the voice bits. It was like a complete thing. He says, but at my level, on my budget, that touring, that would have been impossible. But we did do one show. He went, and we did film it, and that's going to be on the DVD that you get on the fan club edition. I was like, what did you say? Yeah, that was the exclusive content. So, yeah, I was gutted. But who knows? Maybe with the right thing. I mean, I don't know. That would be a bit of a fucking marathon, wouldn't it, if you did all three?
All three, yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, I was getting
some
fatigued.
people have done it. Yeah,
I was getting fatigued doing the albums, like sitting on my sofa, let alone fucking, live. It'd be a killer.
Yeah. But he did do a. You've got the 3 albums, and I'll tell you what, I'll do the backstory. So, after the King of Metal, Blaze did his usual tour. Then he did, I've showed them off on previous episodes, but he did the Soundtrack of My Life, which is a double album, best of, which was basically, a best of with some odds and sods thrown in, and 2 brand new songs. Then he did the Russian Holiday, which was an acoustic EP, which he did with Thomas, who does Nylon Maiden. He did play on the King of Metal album. And then he did this big thing where he was touring with a full band, and then he was doing acoustic shows on the side with Thomas. So he was doing like one and going back and forth. And then he came out with next up, I'm going to be doing a concept album, and it's going to be a trilogy. And I went, oh, because I've heard this before. People always insist on doing trilogies, and they always die before they finish them. Bathory, I forget the guy's main guy's name. Bathory, Quorthorn or something. I can't pronounce it. I can't remember the guy's main real name either. The metal police are going to come around now and fucking confiscate all my albums and strip me of my metal stripes. But it's been a long day, folks. I've been up since 5 o'clock. Bathory did Norland 1 and 2, and that was meant to be a trilogy. And unfortunately, Quorthorn, what his name is, died. And then Heaven and Hell, Ronnie James Dio. As you know, he got back together. Black Sabbath were reformed with Ozzy. Ozzy went off to do a solo album, and they went, well, what are we doing? Tell you what, why don't we get back with Dio, and we'll just do the album material off the 3 albums we did with him. We won't call it Sabbath. We'll call it Heaven and Hell. Therefore, it doesn't clash with Ozzy. Fern. And we don't get to play fucking Paranoid for the millionth time. We can have a bit of a break and unearth some of these songs I've been sitting on the shelf for all these years. And so that was the Heaven and Hell. And then on the live DVD they did, which one was it? They did 2 live DVDs. They did one of the original tour. Then they did an album called The Devil You Know. I think this particular interview might have been on that because they headlined Wacken. And Dio went, yeah, I'm 60 now. I can't do this forever. So, you got to think ahead, and I'd rather go out on top. Touring gets a bit harder as you get a bit older. So I'll probably retire from touring, but maybe carry on doing albums. And he went, this has been a massive tick. I'm really glad that we, managed to rekindle. I think because if you look back in history, when Dio left the band around 93 time, 92, I don't know. They actually split on bad terms. So it's like the fact that we've, buried the hatchet. I'm playing with Geezer and Tony again, and plus we got an album out of it. That's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I'm really glad that we managed to get this done. He went, all I really wanted, I think I've done everything I needed to do. And all I want to do now is, he says, a few years ago I did a concept album called Magica, And I originally intended that to be a trilogy. He went, I did the one album and I've made a few albums since and never really went back to it. He went, I'd like to do part 2 and part 3 of that. And then I think I'll be like, right, everything's done. So I'm going to do that next once this tour's finished.
Boom.
Yeah. Or people insist on doing sequels 20 years later. And that's when we have Operation Mindcrime 2.
Yeah,
concept album was a trilogy. It's just a really big project that I just thought, it sounded a bit ambitious. Do you know what I mean? But God bless him, he only went and did it. So he did Infinite Entanglement #1, 100 shows, straight back in the studio. Infinite Entanglement 2, the Endure and Survive, 100 shows. And then he went straight back in the studio and did the Redemption of William Black, Infinite Entanglement #3. And during that time as well, he did do the Infinite Entanglement show, which you've got especially DVD. Well done, everyone who went and bought that. Unlike short-sighted.
Someone sent Joe a copy.
Yeah, and no, don't send me a copy. You deserve that. You stepped in when I didn't. So, but you did get these 2 live DVDs. I'm trying to do them in order. This one was recorded on the Infinite Entanglement 2. This was live in France.
I was going to say, is this the live? Yeah.
Yeah. 20 songs set. What you generally get though, inside job here, fellas. You normally get like a 15 song set, but they chop and change certain songs. But on the night that they're going to do the DVD, they filmed a lot. So therefore, if anything gets fucked up, they can. So they always do extra songs. Always, if you can, try and find out when they're going to film, because you get an extra long set that night. Yeah. And then, live in Czech, which here they only get 18 songs. So you see the balls fill up here. So, yeah, so you get the artwork on this, and then you get like sort of comic book artwork on the DVDs. But you used to get different artwork from different things on the T-shirts as well, which is worth taking note of, because I don't know if when it's going to happen, but he was saying at the time, because this is like a 3-year project. Like he knocked out 3 albums in the cut.
He didn't fuck about.
And he did the help me out, Luke. The acoustic album.
Russian Holiday, wasn't it?
No, Russian Holiday was the EP. But the bear with me,
December
folks.
Wind.
December Wind. Yeah, December Wind was the album, an acoustic album, which was out after Entanglement #3. So banged out 4 albums. In let's do the maths. 2016 was the first one, and 2018.
Yeah, he didn't.
So in 4 years, did 4 albums, and then in 5 years, 4 albums and 2 live albums. And then in 2021, he did a new album this year because of the thing, that he couldn't tour, so he ended up going up. Well, we'll hurry up and do this album then. So, very prolific, very busy. But he did say that in order to accompany these albums, he said in one interview there was a book, and then he said another one, a comic book. So maybe he's just playing with ideas at the time, but the ambition is to do a book to complement, and the story is even laid out and figured out and all that. And the interview when they went, when is that coming out? He went, give me a bloody chance. I'm busy. It's like one thing at a time, So, that was quite funny. But, he did it. He finished it. I mean, the fact that he finished it, God, like, I'm happy with that.
He's considering his luck as well. It was, like you say, it was nailed on for it to fail, wasn't it? Like,
just
hit by a bus or fucking whatever, or the fucking drummer explodes, Spinal Tap style or whatever.
So not only did he finish the trilogy, he finished the trilogy with the same lineup.
Yeah.
It wasn't, because that's what normally happens as well.
Yeah,
that's another thing. Normally something.
Does he rub people up the wrong way, or does he? Do you know what I mean?
So also most notably as well, this is a brand new lineup on this album. I'll get into that a little bit in a minute as well. It was basically the touring band he had on the best of thing he did, Soundtrack of My Life. The tour he did supporting that is the tour he's used on these albums. And, well, it's the current tour he's got now, especially Chris Appleton, who I think he's the main songwriter. He's the guitarist. His brothers just joined the band as well. So when we saw them before everything kicked off, it was a 4-piece. His touring band now will be a 5-piece, which says to me that he's been doing well. He can afford to have that extra layer. Although Chris's brother Luke Appleton's actually worked with Blaze in the past. I think he's done a couple of tours and whatnot. But this band was actually a band called Absolver.
Absolver, yeah.
And what happened was they were a 3-piece, and they would do from what I understand it, they would be the support band. Then they'd go off and come back on with Blaze.
They still do it now because they're in the tour he's doing at the end of this year.
Yeah,
fingers crossed. They're the support band, so
and
it's a sweet little deal. They get paid.
In all fairness, I mean, I think they're a tidy little band. I think Chris Appleton's a great guitarist and a very good songwriter.
They're all excellent.
And to my shame, I haven't actually checked them out, and I should. But I'll if I ever do end up at a gig, I'll definitely get one from the merch stand.
They are all excellent musicians. There is no doubt in that.
Yeah. Thomas, I can't pronounce the guy's surname.
I think it's Wyson, but don't crucify me if it's wrong.
Yeah, who played on King of Metal and does not. He does appear on these albums, basically the acoustic songs.
Yeah, sporadically, and it's him.
Yeah,
that's his forte, isn't it? So
and it seems that when Blaze, I don't know if he's got the acoustic thing out of his system now, if he's still going to do them. I don't know. I think it's not. It's like a weekend bit of overtime, isn't it? It's like, right, I don't have to. I don't have to hire the band and do all the bollocks. I could just go to the venue. You've got a guitar case, and we can just do these small little places, and that just fills in the diary. I think that's the setup he's got there. So I think that's all the backstory covered. Anyway, should we get into the story?
I think we should, because we got like first.
So we're not going. And on this song, the person says.
Yeah. I think the story, it's a bit hit and miss. It's a grand idea. I don't think think it survives.
One thing I want to touch on is I did say a few episodes ago, they're all snapshots of Blaze's life, and we've seen Blaze in his personal life just go as low as someone can go.
Yeah,
you're dealing with grief and depression and all the rest of it.
I suppose the good thing about this means
But you can see he's in a good place now because he's getting creative. He's got
all this weird shit's coming out of his brain, isn't it? He's unlocked that bit of his brain that fucking just must work overtime while he's asleep.
So what started with Silica Messiah in the 10th dimension, he's now back at that. He's exploring. When you're getting desperate, you start getting very practical. And very his lyrics are getting very personal, very dark, very introspective.
Yeah.
And it was, basically diarying of what was going on in his time. The basis of this actually was on the Soundtrack of My Life. One of the new songs was a song called Eating Children, which sounds a bit odd. But no, what it is, he was saying when a sun explodes, it actually just grows and grows and grows and expands.
Yeah, when it goes red dwarf, like what's
so during the Big Bang, the planets are what comes from the explosion, which makes the sun, and then it expands and absorbs the planets as it.
Not red dwarf, fucking red giant. Sorry.
So it's eating its children is basically what that song was about.
Yeah.
Which is which you wouldn't have thought unless you read the lyrics. No, but that basic concept is what the start of this, what is going on here, because it's looking like the sun is starting to slowly expand, and man is looking to start life elsewhere on another planet. So you've got the basic themes of life on another planet. You know, you got Elon Musk doing that now. You got that in June. We've got a film of that coming out soon, which I'm pretty sure they're going to fuck up, but we'll see. So you've got a little bit of element of June. You've got a little bit of an element of Avatar. Yeah. You've got a little bit of an element of RoboCop.
Oh, there's everything.
So
everything's in there, isn't it?
The main character.
And obviously it channels all those disaster films that Roland Emmerich churned out, like fucking Deep Impact and all that, where the top and the best and the brightest get selected for the old spaceship that's going to fucking go off to Earth 2 and all that. So it channels all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the best and the brightest. Who'd have thought? It's a funny enough. Speaking of disaster films, I'm going to do a little diversion here. I'm going to try not to. This is going to be a long one.
Time.
I saw a film last night called Freds. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It was on BBC Two, I believe. It's a film. It's just under 2 hours, and it was on BBC Two in 1984, and it's set in Sheffield, and basically during the Cold War, you've got the reason I bring this up is because we were talking about this with Brighter Than a Thousand Suns, and I was saying, do you remember I was seeing someone on YouTube once where he said every day on telly you'd get a video of what to do if a nuclear bomb went off, and it would be take the doors off your hinges and then put your mattress on top and then lay underneath it.
Yeah, paint yourself white.
Yeah, they Plus 99 Red Balloons is in the charts, and what was that other song about a bomb going off? It was in the air, and this was in 1984, and basically it's a you hear about a war between America and Russia, and a nuclear bomb goes off over the North Sea. That energy wave basically first off takes off the power, and then boom, they let a bomb off in England, and again, it's set in Sheffield because Sheffield was the main target because that's where the oils and the chemicals were made and all, big manufacturing back then. And fucking what a bleak film, mate. Really, really good though. I mean, it was apparently the budget. I listened to a podcast about it afterwards last night. I'm slowly digesting. I wonder why I can't never sleep. £400,000 they made it for, which is about 1.4 million now. But
is it when you're talking about budgets for stuff?
But don't get me wrong, it looks its age. But for what they did with what they got, it was really. I thought it looked really good, and it was a really, real bleak atmosphere. There's no like humor or like just a little bit of relief to give you a bit of a breather before they go. None of that. No happy ending. It just goes like 3 days later, 4 weeks later, 4 months later, it even goes like to 10 years later. And it's like, oh my God, no wonder everyone was so fucking. Yeah. If that's what they thought, because.
Well, yeah, it was
again, I weren't there. I mean, I was born in 1984. But
I mean,
people that are like in their late 40s or early 50s now go, we went to bed every night. Like I was a kid. I cry myself to sleep every night because I thought I weren't going to wake up.
Well, it's like we talked about Brighter Than a Thousand Suns. It was a storyline for When the Wild Wind Blows, wasn't it? About this old couple who
that as well,
read all the stuff on the telly or heard all the stuff on the telly or on the radio, and when it actually happened, or what they were so freaked out and full of misinformation and just utter shit, they fucking killed themselves. And it was like, that's the start of mass media information that you don't fucking always need.
Yeah, I'll tell you who was in it. Do you remember a film called ID, which is about a copper that goes in undercover in a football firm? Main guy in that, the guy that plays the copper.
Reese, fuck, what's his name? It's going to wind me up now. I'm going to have to do it, otherwise I'll be up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, he's in it. Oh, you'll be up at 4 o'clock in the morning watching this film. Trust me, it's fucking horrific.
Reece Dinsdale.
Yeah. Yeah. He's in it.
Yeah,
and what they said as well, because they apparently at first they set it up so it was going to like people that were in Coronation Street and things like that. And then they went, well, hold on, no, because if it's got people in it that people recognise, it'll take the effect out of it.
Take the thingy off of it. Yeah.
So they used unknown actors for it. I mean, he went on to do ID later, but yeah, interesting film, mate. Yeah, definitely worth a watch. And yeah, that was my little segue. So yeah. We'll get into the music now, I think, unless you want to cover anything else. I think we was talking about... Yeah, let's go basically about the basic story. So, yeah, we're starting life on another planet. This person's been sent to this new planet and he's going to help set everything up, so he thinks.
Yes.
As the albums carry on, you find out the guy's name's William Black, and he was a soldier.
Yeah,
became a mercenary who
he's been pre-selected, hasn't he, sort of thing, before he even... Because he had special skill set.
And he's going to be wiping out the indigenous population.
Yeah, because you can't start a new life on a new planet when all the pesky Native Americans, when the pesky natives are there.
Yeah. And so as time goes on, he's got some special suit that if he tries to take it off, it's basically keeping him alive. He's got no memory of his past, but the memories start trickling back. He remembers who he is. He finds some sort of redemption. So that's the sort of RoboCop theme. Turns out that it's not a suit at all. He's actually just a robot, and his consciousness has been downloaded into this robot.
Oh yeah,
it's not a suit; it's a robot.
It started getting pretty sketchy for me. Obviously, trying to absorb it all. I haven't had the luxury of absorbing it over time.
You're absorbing it all whilst because the story's going past you 100 miles an hour like a train.
Yeah, I'm trying to listen to the music. I'm trying to fucking get lyrics, and it was like, oh fucking hell, like, you know.
But he realises basically he's being. It's funny, they downloaded his thing, but they didn't wipe his memory. But his memory started. Ghost in the machine. There we go.
There you go. Yes.
And basically, he starts realising he's being used. He realises, he's the ghost of his ex-wife is coming to him as well. And then he basically just goes, do you know what, bollocks? Those are the lyrics.
Yeah.
And he turns on the masters that are doing it, and he sides with the indigenous population of this planet. That somehow sound like the clan from Braveheart. From the little spoken word bit.
They do, don't they? Yeah, it's like, Scottish.
They're 1,000 years into the space, but they've got the eagle spirit.
Yeah.
They've got eagles. But, so you got sort of an Avatar's basically, was it Last of Mohicans or Dance of the Wolves? Some people say they nicked it off of Fern Gully, but...
Yeah, I think it was... Well, they're both Last of the Mohicans and Dances with Wolves. I mean, they're both about the Indian Wars, aren't they?
Yeah, but the person, the American ends up siding with him. He ends up staying with. I think
that's Last of the Mohicans, isn't it? With Daniel Day-Lewis. He's Daniel Day-Lewis.
The basic story, isn't it? Is someone goes to
do it
tribe, and inevitably ends up joining the tribe.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's been done 1,000 times in varying things, but
with a bit of RoboCop in there because it's a machine, but that remembers who it is, and so it's being used, and then ends up turning on the people that made it.
Yeah.
With a bit of June in there as well, because June is all about. Basically, it's a bit like Battlestar Galactica because. The war with artificial intelligence, that's been and gone. That's like hundreds of years ago. And they're starting again from scratch on a new planet. Or planets.
Yeah.
And it picks up from there, really. So you get a little bit. I think you get the thing. Just like when you're comparing... So it's a bit of Maiden with a bit of Angel Witch with a bit of death metal thrown in and a bit of melody. It's kind of like that. A bit of June, bit of Avatar, bit of RoboCop.
It's a big melting pot, isn't it? And obviously you can't, when you're talking about metal concept albums, you can't not mention the one. Obviously the yardstick that everyone aspires to, be it Operation Mindcrime. That it's always going to have comparisons.
I was going to say Son of a Seventh Son, but yeah.
we've talked about the very
Crimson.
very loose,
No, not Crimson.
loose concept of that.
Yeah.
But you know, the one when you write a concept album and you're in a metal band, you're automatically going to be drawn towards or compared to Operation Mindcrime. Because let's face it, it's one of the greatest albums of all time.
Yeah.
And it's like lightning in a bottle. You can either pull it off or you can't. And for Blaze to even have the balls to try a concept album in the first place, but for him to say, you know what, it's going to be a trilogy. You know, Steve Harris unleashed a beast in that man. And fair play to him for having a crack. Is it a success? We'll find out in about 7 hours when we get to the end. But
yeah.
But he has a good crack at it. But you know, shall we dive in?
I don't know, shall we? Right, so let's get on to the first one. This is going to be a long one, folks. So strap yourselves in. Let's get on with it.
We'll do our best.
Entanglement. Well, it starts off nice and starts off with a night like a drum, like you're in somebody. You're in a launch pad. You've got
straight into the story, aren't we? Like no fucking about.
Voice actor, it's all an introduction. You've got some operatic vocals.
Yeah, don't get me started.
And then it just kicks in.
Yeah, pretty good riff.
And then straight into it. We're in the rocket. We are going to space.
Yeah, with Blaze trying to fit in 1,000 words a minute. Trying to lay the groundwork for fucking 3 albums in the first song. You know, I'm not into the operatic style, as I've said before.
Do you know what the operatic style reminded me of, though? It reminded me of the original Star Trek theme.
What with the old voice over the top of it? Probably
it reminded me a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Which it must have been.
Yeah,
I can't believe. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, you know, like you say, I'd love to see this person's record collection. I'd like to see Bayley's book collection. Like
or his Netflix fucking queue, because it would be there'd be some mad old shit on there.
Yeah, I'd like to ask him. You know, normally I'd what's your 5 favorite albums or something like that. No, I know what your top 10 or top 5 books. Yeah. I bet you'd hear of a few you've not heard. You know, like you'd come up with Philip K. Dix and all the rest of it, H.G. Wells. Yeah. But mate, I bet further down that list you'd be like, oh wow, what's that? You know, it's obvious he's into that sort of stuff. So,
yeah, I mean, what does stand out straight away is all right. Like I'm not down with the vocal style because that's what I thought ruined King of Metal, but musically, this is fucking light years ahead. Absolver. It helps having a band behind him, an actual band, not hired guns. But Absolver they are tight as a fucking unit, and it shows, mate. And this helps this so much because it's such a solid foundation that he's got a tight as fuck band behind, and songwriters as well. Not someone who can write a riff and they put stuff together. This has got bona fide musicians and songwriters, and it fucking helps. It just starts them off on a strong, like I say, vocal choice not for me, but musically. This is on another level, and this is the Blaze Bayley that I fell in love with Ghost in the Machine, with Silicon Messiah. Are you talking that style? And I
called it Ghost in the Machine, didn't I? Dickhead.
Yeah.
No, the album's called Silicon Messiah.
Song's Ghost in the Machine, isn't it? But no, I mean we are. You know, it's not up to that level yet, but we're going back that way. And like I say,
with the operatic vocals as well. I think it's nice and balanced. It's not constantly there. Do you know what I mean? It's used as a bit of a finisher rather than. I can imagine do you remember a few years ago, Dimmu Borgir finally went for it and just hired an orchestra, so rather than the keyboards.
Went full out.
They went boom orchestra, but they had a choir as well.
Yeah.
And I remember watching a review of it, and the guy went, "Yeah, so they've got a full orchestra on now, and they're really happy about it." That was just the best way.
Yeah.
He went, whoever paid for the choir went, "Nah, you're using these on every song. I'm paying for this." fucking sing. Get him in it again. He was like, I'm getting my day's worth out of this. Whoever paid for that choir insisted that they got their money's worth. But I just thought that was really great the way he went, and they're really happy about it. Because that just summed it up. It was just like every song there was this choir on it, and it just weren't needed. That's not the case here. It's subtly there when it's needed to be. Kind of top heavy on the first track, but he's setting an impression, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I see that. It's like I say, not for me, but I made my gripe with that earlier on.
Yeah.
But track 2, 1,000 Years, it's much better.
Yeah.
It's back to the Blaze that I know and love. It's been toned right down, and he's singing naturally. And when he's singing naturally, it's like Diano. He's got a unique voice, and he's got a great voice. Just when he tries to go outside of his comfort zone, that's when it don't quite work. But this is it. Fucking, you know, and this is, like I say, the band are firing on all cylinders. You got some fucking great lead breaks between the verses.
He's got some fantastic leads on this, yeah.
Oh yeah, and the solo section just smashes it anyway. But no, this is more like it. Like I say, I can't really go into much depth because I went into this. I've only been living with this trilogy for about a week, and trying to absorb it all it's been a nightmare. Like I say, I was still struggling with the story, but I say I was trying to
basically on this thing, 1,000 years. This mission is 1,000 years. It's
obviously get that with the suit and all the rest of it. It keeps you alive for 1,000 years.
Yeah, as I think it would have been in hypersleep.
Yeah, we're told in the beginning. Yeah, so no, it's musically we're on the ball now. We're
running.
Not to say the music in the first song weren't good. It was, but this is more like it. This is a complete package.
Human. We're back to musically. We're back to Silicon Messiah on this.
Yeah, we are. It's,
this song just it reminds me of just old Blaze. It reminds me of that 90s dystopian. There was a lot of that at that time as well. There was obviously Fear Factory. Were in their prime at that point. You had Sepultura with Slave New World. You know, it was a common theme back then. You had that sort of mechanical sort of artwork on a lot of albums, and yeah, this sounds to me like it could have been on one of those first 2 albums.
Yeah, I'd say that.
And again, great little breakdown in the middle of that as well.
Oh yeah, I did. I made a note on that. The slow down bit was fucking brilliant. Yeah, it was works really well, and another fucking fretboard sear of a lead section.
Yeah, so we got a pretty big grand opening. We've got 2 sort of hitting the ground running. Yeah, shredders, big choruses, big hooks. What we know and love Blaze for, and then we got
he cleanses the palate, doesn't he? Drops in a change of pace.
What will come?
And our old mate Thomas is back. Yes.
Now, this is obviously mainly an acoustic song. A great little chorus as well. I mean, I think, you know, I think another good mark of a concept album is that it can work all together as one piece of work, but being able to separate the songs and have them stand on their own. Yeah, it's a real hard balance to find.
It is. And, I mean, it's.
I think this song stands on its own.
Going back to Queensryche mastered it because you can drop any one of those songs into the live set, and you don't have to have the other parts for it to make sense.
Yeah, I mean, they've. I've known Queensryche to open a live show with Eyes of a Stranger, for example.
Well, there you go. The last part of the fucking album.
Yeah, lights on. You know, straight in. They're there, you know. Yeah. And I thought, what a great way to open a show, really.
Well, quiet. Tells you when you can open a song, when you can open a show with one of the greatest metal songs ever written. You know.
Yeah. So
fair play.
But what a great, you know, what will come will come.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not feeling the vocals on this. It's another one of his choices. It doesn't quite work. Musically, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant. You got the violin complementing the string work as well, and
then when it kicks in afterwards, there's a load of different things going, a load of different don't even know what the instruments are.
Yeah. No, I think there's violin in there because I remember reading it on the thing. Violins.
There's
played
definitely
by someone.
violin, and then it also. Oh yeah, because you've got like a guitar solo on the violin on this track
it's
as
mad,
well,
isn't it?
haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic. But you know, when he goes like, "This is my life," you know, it just gels with the guitar beautifully.
Yes, big time.
He goes a bit frantic towards the end. It all speeds up, and then he goes, "Oh, whoa," over the top over it as well. And I think it's just a nice, well-written song, a nice little break as well. Yeah, I think it's just a really nice little song that you can separate from the album.
Yeah.
And again, you just imagine him singing it in some bar in some Spanish village somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a great little chorus as well. Like, what will come without my permission or my choosing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a fucking story of his life, isn't it? It's like...
Yeah, but one of the worst things you can do is worry about the future. You know, because whatever you try and envision and try and prepare yourself for, the last thing you thought of is what will happen, you know, and it'll be at 8:30 on a Wednesday when you least expect it as well.
That's it, isn't it? Yeah.
The stop worrying, just what will happen, and you'll deal with it.
Just got to crack on with it, and
I think that's a great little message in this song, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, like we said, he's always a good motivational speaker, isn't he?
Yeah, so and like I say,
even if the delivery ain't always spot on, his message is on point, and this is another one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I say, I've said it before. If his voice ever did go, he would get a job as a motivational speaker, and I do think I'd love to him do an autobiography. Definitely.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Or be science. You know, I'd like to see him do. This would be a cool comic, but yeah, even as a book, I think I'd eat that up. You know.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you're doing it as a songs, you can flesh things out a bit better. And Rush did it with their last album. That ended up coming out as a book. A science fiction writer did it for him, though. I think they gave him the concept and went right. He went, yeah, leave me alone. You play the music. I'll.
Yeah.
But he was actually a established science fiction writer. I forget the guy's name though. But that made the album make a lot more sense. But yeah, right. Carrying on. We can't mess about with this show.
That's it.
Stars Are Burning.
Yeah, I mean, I like the music on this. I think the vocal line works well. The chorus is a bit too happy. It don't fit the rest of the song. Too happy is probably the wrong choice of words, but it just doesn't fit with the rest of the song. But what I do like is I don't know if you can pick it out because I've been listening to this with headphones. When the second verse is in, you got a little acoustic guitar going on underneath, and it's fucking amazing. I can't even remember how the note pattern goes, but it's literally on the second verse, and it comes back in later. But it's just subtly there underneath in the mix, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And then when I sort of rewound the song and heard it again, it was like, fucking hell, that's really good. So the guitarist who's ever wrote it, he's got some fucking great ideas, because it's like, you're like, fucking hell, where's that coming from? And it's brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think it's not something I've ever noticed. The song, check it out. It's in the second verse, and it just comes out of nowhere, and it's just there. Almost like a subliminal message.
Like the keyboards in Look for the Truth.
Yeah, it's they're just there. But
I can hear keyboards in this, but I don't know where they are, sort of thing.
But no, check it out if you can, because it's such a good bit of music, and bravo to the guy who wrote it. Fucking, top bollocks.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's a simple, straight enough song, but there is just lots of layers in there going on in the music.
I know,
those a little dun, 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 you know.
Yeah, the songwriters definitely know what they're doing.
Yeah, and I think
in quality.
The album is constantly moving. I think the songs do what they need to do. Again, that great chorus. Again, it's a big hook. That stars are burning.
Yeah,
but you've got great drums as well. I think the drummer on this, he's not got a lot of like flair. He's not like doing a load of messing about. He knows exactly what to do to support the song.
Yeah,
and,
he doesn't overplay for the sake of it, but when he gets his time to shine, he makes the most of it.
Yeah, I think he's a little. He wasn't quite pulling off when he did the Iron Maiden set, but he's playing. He's playing the songs by Nico McBrain, and I don't think there was enough drums.
Nah, but the thing is, I mean, I play Maiden songs when I do my little practice on a Saturday morning, and it's like Pantera songs. Just because you can play the songs doesn't mean you can play the songs.
Yeah,
you might know the parts, but Nico and Vinny have got their own feel, and you can't replicate that.
But he's doing
exactly pretty much. Well,
he's nailing it on this.
Yeah.
But when it comes to playing those songs,
yes,
it's like, well, it's not only that. It's just his drum kit. It's like
it's got a 4-piece. Yeah.
Yeah. You need another. Yeah.
800 toms. Yeah.
Yeah. Nico's drum kit wouldn't even fit on that whole stage that they were playing on. So. Yeah, but yeah, no, I quite like this one. It's a bit of a stomper as well as it's got a nice little
slow-paced chugger, isn't it? It's
a slow-paced chugger. I like that one.
There we go. Yeah.
But a nice catchy chorus as well. Blaze, as always, he knows how to write a hook. He knows how to.
He does indeed. Yeah.
In there. You always remember the song by its chorus. So another one that builds up nicely is Solar Wind.
Solar Wind. Oh, this is metal as fuck, mate. I loved it from the start. And that crazy wah guitar. It's almost like Dimebag. It's also manic like Dime on his wah pedal back in the day. It's like fucking proper, score. Proper banger. And then that gives way to such like a punky, almost punk verse. Really upbeat and fucking like straight punk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then you got a fucking brilliantly melodic chorus, and it's
beautiful solo on this. I mean, in fact, if I was going to compare him to any guitarist, and I mean this as a compliment, I'd put him up there with Yannick. He's got a lot of Yannick-isms. Yeah. This guy.
Yeah, a lot of wild, crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
Always contained. You're like, Yeah, no, it's a good shout. In fact, he's a much better soloist than Yannick, because Yannick lets his wild, crazy shit into his solos, and they're all over the place.
Yeah,
whereas this guy is a bit more measured.
Do you think Yannick just goes for it and then Yannick, sort of goes, "Oh, I don't know what I did there. I'm just gonna have to figure it out, play it live later."
That's it. Yeah. If you cross Dave with Yannick, you got this guy.
Yeah. Well, if he hears that, I mean, I can't think of a better compliment.
No, that's it. It's pretty high, isn't it? So, and I did like the lyric on this, the evil lyric. I can't remember how it goes, but it's Blaze doesn't like. Is it? I thought it was evil.
Eagle be my guide. Yeah.
Ah, right.
Which taps in later.
Yeah, and that makes a lot more sense. But he doesn't try to overstretch himself. He's just in his range, and that's why it works. But we're rocking now. This is two fabulous songs in a row. Like I say, What Will Come broke it up, but Momentum's.
So you've got the Dreams of William Black, which is a little interlude. There's a bit of voice. The actors kick in.
Story building.
He's basically going into some sort of dream where he's basically having flashbacks to the past, and then that kicks into the next song. Is
one thing I want to say is where are you?
Where are you?
Well, I don't know, but was there any need to ask it 75 times?
Well,
we're into Angel and the Gambler territory here.
Yeah. Don't you think I'm a saviour?
Yeah.
You think I can save you? Don't you think I can save your life?
That thing you sent me yesterday. Kerry thought you was having a moment. She thought, fucking hell, we got to stage an intervention. She thought you was fucking suicidal. She didn't know what was going on.
I was listening to Angel and the Gambler.
Yeah. I was like, no, it's Maiden related. She's like, right, yeah, I know the song now. But yeah, in a minute, because she texted me, she's like, what's Joe sent you? And I was like, I don't know what, I'm at work. And I checked it out and I fucking laughed. Yeah, she thought he was having a moment. That was fucking brilliant.
No, not that time. You normally been right any other time, but not that one. Right, to me, this next song, Calling You Home, is a highlight of the album.
Very
this is the one.
Oh, shit. Oh, knocked his shit over.
Good job, that was empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, this is like if there's a mainstay, like, right, you know, when there's a band's known for a concept album in their 2 hours, you know, set, they might go, look, I can only play a couple of songs off of that album tonight.
Yeah.
We'll be doing it in full next year, so shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Calling You Home, to me, this is the mainstay in the set. This is a fucking awesome song. Fantastic chorus. And that, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's awesome.
And when it comes in at the end as well with the backing vocals, it just...
Oh, yeah, the melodies are great on this, yeah.
I think, well, it's a well-rounded song anyway. But
yeah, I mean, the midsection is just fucking metal as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, it leads into fucking, like the solo was great anyway, but then you get another great solo after that midsection. You even get the return of the Blaze Woos.
Oh, you love old Blaze Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, if you're saying it like this is the mainstay of the set, then it makes sense because he'd written this with the live audience in mind.
That's to me anyway. I mean, this was always the one I remembered. Like when I picked that up, I get, can you hear me? Da, 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 da. I'm calling you. You know, that's the song I remember. Like if you, but it's just a great song, you know, and it's just really infectious.
The verse is a bit plodding though. It don't and that's the main part of the song is the verse, and you just sort of you're just trotting along.
Yeah, but it just builds up. It builds up to that though, and I think it would be I think it would just be a main sort of crux of the live show as well, because you've got that audience interaction as well.
Yeah.
Let's see how many if you ever did it live on these two. I'm just clicking. Oh, don't show me up, Blaze.
Never played it.
Oh no, he did it on this one.
Oh, fuck it, Saved Bacon.
Right, yeah. All right, fair enough. And
Saved.
Oh no, he did it on both. Fuck.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Look, on the ball.
Yeah, see, I was right. Right. You bloody well right. Who was that?
Don't know.
One of my worst bands. I don't like them at all, but I heard it on Planet Rock the other day and it's popped in my head. It was Supertramp.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Don't start me off there.
Yeah. Did you know Scott Gorham from Thin Lizzy's brother played guitar in them though?
Oh, did he?
Mm.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Well,
if I was dead, I know I'd be leaving everything in the wheel too.
Yeah, fucking hell, yeah.
Yeah, but they have got a song where he goes, right, you're bloody well right. Yeah. That's what I was just then. So, yeah. Right, Dark Energy, 256.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nothing song, really. I mean,
that wasn't. Sounds like a bit like Future Real, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it does. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that, but yeah, I mean, it don't go anywhere, does it? Really? I mean, you got like chorus is pretty punky, pretty cool, and it's got like I say the intro's pretty good, but now I realise why it's good because it's Future Real. But yeah, this is just.
What about that bit as well?
Yeah, so I mean the punky chorus. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Plods along. Then we've got Independence, which is a quite a song.
Yeah. I like the Spanish influence on the intro. And
yeah, it kicks in a bit later. But
are the lyrics about William Black or Blaze Bayley? There's a couple of times.
Makes you say that?
I can't remember now because the lyrics, it's almost seemed like it's summing up. You're listening to them and it's like, hang about, is this Blaze's life? Like as on.
Well, I do think there is a few.
There's a couple.
I do think he has injected a bit of his personal life into this.
On the second album, Endure and Survive, it's like fucking hell. Talk about Blaze. He's endured and survived.
I mean,
I can't actually remember the lyrics.
There's an
but I remember
acoustic
thinking
song
at the
later
time,
as well when it's like a flashback to when he was with his wife, and you think, oh, yeah, that was.
Yeah. Oh no, he has put a bit of put his own stamp in there because, like I say, I can't actually remember the lyrics exactly, but he
I'm
did
just
make
reading them here now.
He's talking about his life story, yeah.
Everything I took for granted appears to be gone. In the mirror, I see someone I don't recognise. Where are the answers I once believed I knew, and now this is the place I stand alone. Independence. My face appears in a nightmare that now becomes real. I dread walking hours because of what I may find. I took the role of deceiver, and you played it well. And now this place I stand alone. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we talked about. He's been through enough shit, and he, experienced probably every fucking level of emotion that a human can undergo. Do you know what I mean? He's run the gambit on it, hasn't he?
So we've got the last proper song is a work of anger.
This just starts off a bit like our Independence.
This
has a bit
of a Maiden feel
medieval,
to it as well at the beginning.
Independence had a sort of a medieval fake outro before it kicked back in with a chorus again.
Yeah,
and it's almost like it was teasing this, played slightly differently, but the guitar lines it's Fear of the Dark.
Yeah, maybe Dance of Death.
Yeah, mind you, he weren't there for then. But I'd say, mind you,
I don't like comparing it to Maiden anyway. I think he's beyond. But it's got that.
I suppose it's a case of, like we've already said, there's only so many fucking possible combinations on a guitar.
Yeah, and even Maiden have ripped it off enough.
Of course they have, yeah.
Lovely big climatic chorus on this song, though.
I like this song as a whole. I mean, I like the you got the lead guitar part over it. It's like over the picking. It's almost got quite a weird sound to it, but that's fucking brilliant. And then when the heavy verse, it plods a bit, but like you say, the chorus is well executed, and for once Blaze does a high vocal that he doesn't overstretch on.
Yeah.
And you got a whoa that works.
Yeah, that is pretty epic. It's
and it ends part one. It sort of almost is like an end of part one in the sort of the grandiose.
Yeah, it leaves everything open.
Like we talked about Empire of the Clouds, where you had the sort of the separate acts.
Yeah,
you could tell where each one was. This is definitely we're ending part one here. It's like an epic song to sort of go out on.
Yeah,
and it's could have done without sorry.
You got no go on.
You talk about, obviously you got the story building, didn't you? In the bit we're talking about the Black Ops style part of the story.
Yeah, there's a bit of spoken word.
Yeah, where he's been picked for the mission. Does he know, and all that sort of shit. Could have done without repeating the chorus at the end, and I like the because it's you take that off and it says all it needs to say, and I like the bookending nature of the outro because it's the same as the intro.
You get
makes it a complete song. Like, there you go, bosh. And then, but no, I think this is one of the best songs on the album.
Yeah, and a good way to close it. And then
Shall We Begin. You got, obviously, it's a bit like I Remember Now, isn't it? You got the talking bit like that sets up.
Yeah.
Shall We Begin, and that's the end of part one. It was a journey. Didn't always hit the notes or hit the points it wanted to hit for me. Some great music on it, fucking fabulous music, and it's an interesting central idea for story wise, but it's a bit too overblown and grandiose. I think it's almost like he wants to tell something, but it's like his reach is out, his reach is exceeding his grasp, sort of thing. Definite improvement over King of Metal, and Absolver are a main reason for that. The credit they should get for this is. They should get loads of credit for it.
Shall we apply this now? Do you think it would have been better as a double album rather than a free album?
I've said that. I got there at the end of part 3. I was like, perhaps 3 is stretching it. I mean, I gave this 6 out of 10 as an album on its own. But yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you because if it's I don't know if you agree with that statement or whether you're putting it out there, but if it was a double album. You took the best parts of this, the parts that worked, and I'm getting a spoiler actually because It tells you what I think of.
Shall we get into it later?
Yeah, yes.
Right,
When we get to the end, yeah, because it'll spoil like my points on the rest.
So, literally, the album picks up where the last one left off.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on the album as a like a score? If you have to do it.
Yeah, I'll give a good solid 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it at the time. I thought, good ambitious little project, massive improvement over King of Metal.
Oh yeah, big
King
time.
of Metal was one of those albums that you like because you felt you kind of had to.
Yeah, it's Blaze, isn't it? He's been through some shit.
Well, it's not in that it's Blaze, but you do have that with bands. It's like, yeah, this isn't quite as good as I wanted it to be, but I'm just happy to have a new album anyway.
Yeah.
And I like this band. It's not a complete train wreck.
No.
But I'm going to be a bit kinder to it and maybe give it a bit more of a chance than I would otherwise someone else, because I do like this band. So, yeah, this was King of Metal was a bit of a this is blatantly the worst one of the set so far.
Yeah.
Not enough to put me off by any means, but yeah. Let's see on the next album.
Yeah.
But there's some redeeming features, and the stuff that is good is it's worth getting for that.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, this album it was, and I think he massively benefited from doing that best of tour. I think that's good for some bands to just completely off the subject, but I remember seeing a thing with Sting. He did a greatest hits tour once, and he just not even that long ago either. And he went ever since the Police split up. He went, I've just moved forward. I've gone album after album after album, and I've always made a point of playing new stuff. And a big chunk of my new album at the time. And he went, the Police reformed. He went, that was nice. He went, it was nice to meet up with the other two, and then we did that big tour, and that was great. He says, and when I came to write a new album, I just don't know what to write. I just didn't know what to do, and I was putting stuff out, and it was all shit. Like I'm halfway. This is crap, isn't it? Yeah. Didn't want to say it. And he's like, well, good job someone said it, because I would have paid a fortune otherwise. But he said, I don't know what to do, and he went, I've got this back catalogue here, and the way the music scene is, not being big-headed, but I am Sting.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty much going to fill a venue anyway. Why don't I just do a greatest hits tour? And he said, but looking back and going, bloody hell, I've got some pretty good stuff here. And I started pulling some songs out that I hadn't done in a while, and I did some hits, and I did that. And I really enjoyed the tour. Next thing you knew, I came home and just a load of ideas came out.
Yeah.
And I think that Blaze really... I think that's what happened with Blaze. He kind of came at the end of that, taking a nice look back. The fact that he's put out a double album and he's put out a best of and done a tour of a best of, off the getting kicked out of Maiden.
Yeah. Oh no, he's fucking.
Oh my God, what fucking poxy? That's it. It's over. No.
Yeah,
6 albums, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing a best of tour. And he's looked back, and he's picked those songs to be remastered. So he's gone through all those albums, and then he's done he's played them live, and I think that's good for someone to do. It's nice to look. And it's nice to look back in order to look forward sometimes. And
it's helped him. It's helped him gel with the band as well.
Yes, because he toured with this band before writing with them.
Yeah. They all know each other. There ain't no fucking process where they're like, you fucking do it on it.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, I wrote this while I was on tour. Yes, fucking great.
He clearly liked their album as well. Do you know what I mean? He must have heard their album.
Oh yeah, and he's sorted them out, hasn't he?
He's gone, no, I like this band. Like might have been watching them on the before. Yeah, nice one, lads. I'm trying to think who else did that once. I think it was Henry Rollins. Yeah, he did it. He said he was just out once and this band was playing. He went, they were fucking kicking. He went, by the end of the night, he went, I just went up to them, hired them, and did an album with them.
That's it, boom.
Yeah. But Yeah, Henry Rollins used to be a musician. Do you remember that?
Yeah, back in the day, mate.
Yeah, Henry Rollins. He was a musician. Robert De Niro used to be an actor. And I saw Rollins' band actually. They were fucking awesome. He had a right good band with him. He come out in literally a pair of gym shorts, barefoot and everything.
Oh yeah, he was a savage,
just
mate.
Naked, and he just was like literally went into this combat position. It was like waiting for the song to kick in, and then just went for it. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, I got to see Henry Rollins live. I don't think a lot of people are going to be able to say that now.
So yeah, fucking hell. Live musically, not because he's always doing speaking tours, isn't he? But
yeah, he does speaking tours. Obviously, and does a lot of acting now. He writes books and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to doing an album, he's just like, no, I'm done. I've done it.
He was everyone's favourite racist, rapist scumbag in Sons of Anarchy, wasn't
he? Everyone's favourite racist rapist.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
I've got a bit of a list.
Yeah,
but he does top.
Yeah, but he tops it.
It's hard to find someone who's both.
That's Rollins.
That's the kicker.
That's it. Yeah. But no, you know,
that's my YouTube channel. Dead, thanks, Luke.
Yeah. By the way, I don't condone any of it. But fucking.
You shouldn't need to say that. It should be a given. But seriously, we do. Unless you're Henry Rollins, playing a fictional character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This went well off the rails. Right.
Yeah, it did.
Infinite Entanglement, Volume 2. Yeah.
Endure and Survive is the album title about William Black.
Which is what this episode should be called.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Or is it about William Black or is it Blaze Bayley? Like I said earlier, it's all metaphorical, isn't it, for his life, possibly. You know, save the fucking Black Ops Killing Machine robot thing. But no doubt he's had some dreams.
Yeah. I think on this one as well, yeah. He's oh no, he doesn't. I thought he would open with this song, but no, on this one he's open. Oh, that's the I can't tell which is which now. I'm sure he finishes with Endure and Survive, actually, the more I think of it. This is the Live in France he opens with Redeemer. But that's the opening track.
That's Redemption of William Black, isn't it?
Oh, this must be I can't remember which one's which. Doesn't matter. I'll smack me mic. But yeah. So.
Well, the title track starts off where the previous album left off.
Yeah.
This is a banger.
We'll get that on the next album as well. Both. Yeah. This one little detail. They both finish bookended, and they both. Yeah. Each album starts where the last one left off.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So.
I mean, this is a fucking banger. This is a much stronger opening track than the title track from the last album. Blaze's vocals are more restrained now. He's not operatic at all now. He's fucking boom and he's straight in. Great chorus and you got the more spoken word sections and obviously and the music underneath that and the subsequent solo. Fucking this on another level entirely, and this really sets the stage. I mean, for his mission to wipe out the indigenous people, and then obviously be suicided, so there's no evidence.
Yeah.
Proper Black Ops.
No, it's a cool little. Well, it's just a neat little interlude, isn't it? But you've got. I mean, one thing I forgot to mention. Apparently, the sort of template, what he was aiming for, was War of the Worlds. Which I think I've got a copy. I think it's at the back there. Great album. Have you ever heard War of the Worlds?
Nah, I've never. I love the 50s film, and
I want to do an episode on that album at some point. I'd like to do it with a guest though. But,
do it with my missus. She fucking loves it.
The musical.
Yeah, she went to see it at the O2.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh right. Oh well, maybe Kerry can jump on then.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah, she loves it all.
Yeah. No, funnily enough, it's Danny Filth's favourite album. Because all of Cradle of Filth's albums, or 90% of them, are concept albums.
All stories.
And I wanted to do the black metal War of the Worlds. That's always what I've aimed to do. It's my favourite. Yeah, I want to do War of the Worlds, and then all these metal bands, and I just went,
Yeah,
that's all Cradle of Filth is. It's a guy, music nerd trying to do War of the Worlds with vampires. That's a fucking good idea. I'm gonna make I'm making a movie. Think War of the Worlds, vampires.
Vampires, yeah.
So anyway, we've totally gone off on one.
Yeah, again.
Right, Endure and Survive.
It's
Great
Maidencast.
album opener.
You wouldn't listen to it if we just fucking did the straight 1 to 10. You
I
love
think
the tangents.
It's got very good guitars. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of it, I saw a channel the other day. A video come up on my recommended list for some reason. It was an hour and 39 minutes long, and they were two guys sitting opposite each other, and they're reviewing Maiden's back catalogue. And Kerry was like, "Oh, they fucking done what you're doing." No, they've done everything in an hour and 39 minutes. They're fucking rookies, mate. We did 2 hours 45 minutes on the X Factor.
Yeah, abridged.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, this is why you come to Maidencast. You like all this bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully.
You love the epic nature of it.
Yeah.
Well, Jonas does. He says he loves our banter. So
exactly. And so does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
666, yeah.
666. So yeah, I like the I like that. It's like the song just wants to jump out, but it doesn't quite. It feels quite restrained but it wants to break free. It feels quite thing, this song. There is some little operatic backing vocals, but it seems like he's turned them down a little bit. Do you think he's sort of
it's more restrained.
Yeah.
And I think restrained is the best word. He's keeping it in check.
Yeah.
And when he does that, that's when I love Blaze's voice. I mean, it's no one else like it. No one else like it. You just got to keep it.
I always find, so next up we've got Escape Velocity. I always find the second songs on all three of these albums are the ones where it's like, right, now we got onto it.
It's like he's telling, it's like recapping.
Yeah, a grand sort of intro, but then boom, it's meat and potatoes on the second album.
Escape Velocity, fucking hell. I mean, this is a fucking banger. This is a perfect 3 minutes and 27 seconds, mate. And it's the best song on either album by a country mile. Fucking such a great tune. I loved it. As soon as I heard it, it was like, got my attention straight away. It was like, fucking hell, hello.
Yeah.
You know, what a tune. What an absolute tune. And 2 songs in, and this album is fucking rocking. I mean, don't get me wrong, it benefits from not having to set any story, set any stage.
There's a lot of build, there's a lot of setting the stage on the first album, isn't it? This one, you know where you are, bang, yeah.
We're right in the middle of it. This is Empire Strikes Back, mate. This is Terminator 2. We're going. You know, all the backstory has been all told. We're off. And it's definitely, it's fucking great so far. Bring on the rest of it.
Yeah. Right. What are we on there? Blood.
Is this William dreaming of his past life? All the screams from his victims?
There's a bit at the beginning, yeah. I don't know what it is. Oh, we'll get to that later, actually. But yeah, nice, fast-paced one. It's got a bit of a punky.
Yeah, he likes that old, doesn't he? He likes that sort of that tempo and that.
Yeah,
I like you got the discordant guitar notes over the main riff as well. I think are pretty cool. But this is a proper story builder. This one and this song, loads of spoken word.
Yeah, so you've got blood on my hands is the chorus, and then you've got a little spoken word at the bit. It tells you about William Black's past.
Yeah, talking about he's been picked for this mission and all that.
Yeah, and he's basically the Earth incarnate of the Angel of Death.
Yeah.
If you need a village wiped out,
he
was your man.
That's it.
But that was off the back of his wife.
Yeah, his wife and son, or wife and child. I don't know if it was a son or not. I might have. Well, definitely wife and child dying, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the wife killed the baby and then killed herself. What the fuck was that all about? Yeah, you didn't quite get that. Yeah, but and
I wonder he's a bit of a fucking goes on a murder rampage.
Yeah,
killing villages and all that.
That was the thing with me with Star Wars. It was like when you got Darth Vader killing the kids, it was like, no, I can't sympathise with you now. Like when I know you turned good at the end, but it's like, yeah, fuck you. You killed kids.
Yeah, right? That little one was really annoying, wasn't he? Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do? We'll kill you at the start.
Well, you ain't no good.
That's it. Yeah, you're supposed to be a Jedi. You should have had it sus by now.
Yeah. That's a podcast on its own. Let's not go there.
What, killing kids or
funnily enough,
Jedi Knights?
Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker are two people. He has schizophrenia. He has two personalities, and that personality takes over. And people who study psychology or psychosis or all the rest of it, Anakin Skywalker is the most popular case study. They only go like study a character in a story with the basis for what you know so far. It used to be like some Shakespearean character or something from a Tchaikovsky novel or something like that.
Yeah,
I'll fucked his name up. The guy that wrote Crime and Punishment. Maybe a biblical character, who knows? But yeah, apparently now, boom, Anakin Skywalker, because there's 15 symptoms for the, I can't remember the name, but it's basically split personality.
Yeah.
There's 15 symptoms of it. And you have, I don't know the exact details, but you need 7 or 8 or 9 symptoms in order to be officially diagnosed. He displays 12. So he's like he is well beyond diagnosis. So the whole thing of, it's 2 personalities and it's the dominant one. Yeah. So Anakin and Darth Vader are 2 different people. So that's the justification of it. That's not Anakin that did that. Yeah, there you go. It's all here, folks. I'm a wealth of knowledge, useless information.
There you go.
And,
we're supposed to be keeping it tight.
It didn't work, did it?
You know, yeah.
Right.
It's
so
like,
next
it's
song,
like that. Like as you say, when you try to write a long song, never do it. You just got to let it flow.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've never gone. Yeah, we need to pad this one out. This album's only 40 minutes long. It's,
Right. 3 songs in, and we're smashing it at a minute. No fucking about. We're on the ball.
Well, I'll make Thomas is back with another acoustic.
Lies, yeah, that's a brilliant medieval acoustic intro, and then it's even better when it gets heavy.
Yeah. That epic solo on that.
Oh, it is, yeah. Yeah, and you got a fucking awesome gallop underneath it as well.
Yeah.
But no, I like this. This is Blaze knocks it out of the park on this. It's one of his best vocal performances ever.
Yeah. Good call, actually. Let me just see when Chris does. I think he just does all the acoustic guitar. I don't know if he does one song in particular. I think he just does. See if he's on the writing credits. Hold on. Nope, this one's Chris Appleton. Yeah.
All right, fucking hell. Fair play to you guys. Obviously picked up a thing or two from Thomas. But as we said, we've compared the guy to Dave Murray and Yannick Gers, so he's fucking.
Yeah, don't get too cocky, mate. This is Maidencast. This is Blaze Bayley we're reviewing here. Yeah. But
stay in your lane.
Yeah, stay in your lane. No, it doesn't look like Thomas actually has any writing credits on this. It's all Chris Appleton, but I think he is credited for acoustic guitar. So. And
I ain't being funny. That might be why I prefer this. Vastly prefer this to the last one, because I don't think Thomas can actually. You know, this is just my opinion, and feel free to shoot me down in flames on this, anyone who's listening. But I don't think Thomas can write a song.
That happens.
I think
that happens.
There's
songwriters and there's players, and it's very rare you get both.
Yeah. He can. Don't get me wrong. He can play the fuck out of that guitar.
Yeah.
But can he write a tune? Perhaps not, because Appleton is destroying it on this. Absolutely destroying it.
Yeah.
You know, like I say, four songs in, and
I think Blaze has found his.
I hope so.
He's Randy Rhoads, you know.
Yeah, I hope he has, and you know, like the rest of the musicians ain't no slouches either.
No, but he's the guy on the songwriting. I'm just talking songwriting perspective at the moment.
Yeah, like you got Ozzy, like say Ozzy and Randy, Blaze and Chris sort of thing.
We don't talk about the other guitarist.
Yeah. No. Fuck.
Jakey Lee.
Fuck him. I prefer Joe Holmes, the guy who was on Osmosis. He played on the Osmosis tour.
He didn't do the album.
No, Zach did the album.
Oh,
but Joe Holmes came in as a touring guitarist, and he was about 19. Proper fucking virtuoso savage he was.
Yeah.
There was an old episode of Headbangers Ball where they went out on tour with him.
You've done it this time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an old episode of Headbangers Ball. They went out on tour with Ozzy. Yeah. And it was him, Geezer, and Vinny Appice on drums.
Applesauce, yeah.
Yeah. And it was seeing this kid, I'm fucking hell, he was on for big things, but I think he just sort of just disappeared up his own arse, which is such a shame.
It's funny because typical Ozzy.
And before I forget, he's actually the guitarist in the Perry Mason video.
Oh, okay. I've never seen the video, but yeah, Geezer Butler. Typical Ozzy. Ozzy puts out an album, does like one song off it, and then just plays the hits.
Yeah.
And then he got to Geezer to want to do the tour for this album. And I don't think Geezer played on the album, did he? He did a couple of he kind of went back and forth between Sabbath and Ozzy at this point. He did a couple of Sabbath albums. Yeah, I can't remember but he did do a couple of tours because it was the same thing with No Prayer for the Wicked. And so typical, Geezer. He's always bloody miserable. He went, I spent bloody weeks learning every song off that album. He's only playing one bloody song off it. He's just always like deadpan and like.
That's it, and he is, yeah.
It's I saw a good Black Sabbath one as well because Ian, when Dio they had a row with Dio and Dio left, got kicked out, and Tony went on the piss with Ian Gillan, and at the end of the night it was like, yeah, you're the new Black Sabbath singer. Tony said, I woke up with a smashing hangover, but it was in the news. Ian Gillan's the new singer of Black Sabbath. Ian Gillan goes, my manager's like, I wake up to the phone ringing. No, he was a solo artist at the time. Went, if you're going to fucking join another band, you at least tell me first. Before. He's like, I don't know what you're on about. He went, it's in the news. You're the new Black Sabbath singer. He went, oh, for fuck's sake. And then it cuts to Geezer Butler, and he goes, so Tony's rings me. He goes, yeah, Ian's the new Ian Gillan. What, Ian Gillan from Deep Purple? Yeah. What the bloody hell's that going to sound like?
Just imagine him saying that as well. Fucking, like you say, so just.
But I really like that album. I think that's a fucking fantastic album.
Crazy.
They did that album, and then they did the tour, and then Ian went and did the Perfect Strangers album. I think when he rejoined Deep Purple.
Yeah.
And but he said he went, what a year. He went, it was like being on holiday. He went, I had a great time recording the album. He went, that was a fucking great time on tour. There was never a row, not a single, no politics, no bollocks. He said, yeah, that was like, he went, that year was like a holiday for
Perfect,
me.
yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, right, where are we? We're
Destroyer.
on Destroyer. So, yeah, no, Eating Lions was a bit of an epic. And then Destroyer's a bit more of a straightforward rocker,
yeah, it's
really.
Another great intro, awesome chorus. It's heavy as fuck. I mean, the extended chorus is well heavy.
Yeah.
Because the chorus comes in to start with, and it's a bit short. Was that it? But then when it comes in later on, there's more to it, and it's a monster. But it's another banger.
Another great solo on this as well, and I always say it's a great solo, but this one's like
Yeah.
It's like a
proper fretball.
Yeah. No, this guy's a really, it's a good job Blaze discovered him, because I wonder what would have happened. You've got Absolver, who I've still not even fucking listened to them, but I'm sure they're fucking awesome. I'm gonna have to make a point. And
the only way you know them is because it's Blaze's touring band.
And if Blaze didn't, surely someone would have, but he definitely deserves to be snapped up and
big time.
But then again, no, don't. I hope he's he sticks with Blaze. Yeah, that'd be good. Imagine if Maiden and I had him, that'd be a kick in the bollocks, wouldn't it? But yeah, Dawn of the Dead Sun.
Yeah, is this? I couldn't. At the start of it, is this?
It's all operatic at the beginning.
Yeah, is it Black's wife talking to him in a dream, or is this the the assistant who's slowly fallen in love with him, the one who's supposed to be, you know, the other part of the mission, the girl who's involved in it.
Can't quite remember. I think it's probably his wife again, isn't it?
Because where it
Dawn
says
of the
Dawn
Dead
of the
Son.
Dead
So is he
Son,
thinking about his
S-O-N,
son? Yeah.
S-O-N as well. So yeah, mate. So I couldn't because I thought it was at start, but then later on, it comes out that, you know, she might be falling in love with him. Is she clear on the mission and all that? And it was like, oh, perhaps it weren't with wife. Perhaps it was her. Talking to him in the old, like manipulating him or whatever. But
yeah,
it's all open to interpretation, boys and girls.
We'll find out when the book comes out.
Yeah.
Or the comic.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, it's metal as fuck, isn't it? And the old.
You know me as well. I am the man of ideas, and I do pass them on to people, and occasionally they happen.
Yeah.
But if you ever do get a William Black action figure, well,
you're going to sell one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, this. I mean, the verse. It's got one of my favourite drum beats in it. It's like I fucking love when drummers do that. I've used it myself, and it's such a great beat. And you got the old dual vocals on a chorus, which is pretty cool. But then the ultimate faux pas, 3 minutes 32 seconds.
Gosh.
Who thought it was a good idea to rip off the Clansmen?
Oh, don't be like that.
Yeah, it's like fucking hell. It's the Clansmen.
Maybe. I don't know.
Nah, big time.
I wouldn't go that far.
Even my missus noticed it. She was like, fucking that's the Clansmen. No, pretty much
it's
no.
It's got that feel to it, maybe, but I don't know if it's
listen to it again. It's the Clansmen. Only for about 10 seconds, but it's like, oh dear.
Oh, okay.
But that not taking that away from the rest of the song. The song's fucking great. It just happens to be in there. But it's bit too on the nose for it to be coincidence for me.
Nice violins on this one again as well, and it's we get one on each album really. You get a nice little acoustic ballad. Obviously it's a flashback to his wife. We moved on, have we? Eh? Remember we're talking about?
Oh yeah, we moved on. We're still talking about Dawn of a Dead Son.
No, is that why I disagree with you? That it sounds like the Clansmen.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
fucking hell. No, I'm on about the halfway through Dawn of a Dead Son.
Oh, sorry. I do apologise. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. If you listen to it, like about 3.5 minutes into Dawn of a Dead Son, it is the Clansmen.
Oh, so it's the heavy part.
Yes.
Oh, right, yeah. I thought you meant to remember.
No. That's why we're getting cross purposes. But no, this Dawn of the Dead Son. No, I love it. I mean, I'm not taking. You know, it sounds like the Clansmen for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But the rest of the song is on the point. But yeah. So Remember is where the album. It's the first stumbling block for me.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling the pub shanty fucking Irish jig sort of thing of it all. Do you know what I mean? It's but the run had to end somewhere. You've had 6 bangers.
It's not complete bollocks though, is it? I mean,
I just couldn't get on with it. Yeah. But after 6 songs of such quality, it's just suffered from being, you know, it's a palate cleanser and it's in the right position to do that, but it's just not at the level. You know, it's not at the level of what will come.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't know if I'd go to an acoustic show. I mean, the acoustic stuff doesn't really float my boat, but now and then, you know. But yeah, if he did an acoustic show, he'd definitely be playing this song, wouldn't he? And he'd probably get some singer up with him. It's a nice little duet, I suppose.
Yeah.
And like I say, it serves its purpose.
Yeah, I'd say it just suffers.
It's a solid enough song. But yeah, I don't think it's a particularly bad song, but it's not one I'm going to particularly skip to either.
It just suffers from being after 6 immense fucking monsters of songs. It's just it's there and it just can't quite hold its own.
Yeah, fair enough. So like you said, it's a nice little palate cleanser, and then we kick into hitting the ground running with Fight Back.
Yeah, I mean, another metaphor for Blaze's career.
and you can't say he hasn't.
No, he has. He's been there, and he has fucking clawed it back.
I think time's been very kind to him. You know, I think he even did a tour of America at some point, cool. And it was on Chris Jericho's, and I think he might have done Jamie Jester's podcast as well. He definitely did Chris Jericho's.
Yeah.
And Chris Jericho even appears on the next album.
Oh, is he? Oh, right, cool.
Yeah, he does a little spoken word.
Oh, right, excellent. But no, this is
fucking needs to happen is someone of Chris Jericho's thing, Fozzy. When Fozzy comes to the UK, fucking take Blaze out. That's the only thing Blaze needs right now.
Yeah,
he's got his fan base. He's got this good little following. He's got a great little thing with him where he's got pre-orders and he's got his, his little merch stuff going on. He's always got good sales going on with his. But what he needs is someone to just grab him and give him a decent solo slot.
Give him
opening slot on a good tour, just to fucking pick some more people up. That's all.
Yeah, because no one, like say, he's not dragging. Well, we don't know. He might be. He might not be. But he doesn't seem to be dragging anyone new in, does he?
Yeah, that's the problem.
He's got the hardcore Maiden boys like me and you who followed him.
And when actually, fucking hell, we're onto something here. Yeah, and then that's what happened with me.
Yeah. But
yeah, that's what we need. I mean, it's like when Cannibal Corpse toured with Children of Bodom. And it was like a bit of a controversial thing to do. It was like, why? He went, and they just went, we want to pick new people up. We don't want to keep playing the fucking Underworld.
Yeah.
Every other year, and it worked. The next album that came after it just blew up because a load of people went, oh, I've heard of them.
Yeah.
They're all right.
And
all of a sudden, fucking hell, these are good. And that's what it did. It served its purpose, and that's all he needs. And he's got so much. Fucking imagine Blaze Bayley opening for Halloween.
Yeah, no, it would.
Boom, fucking forget about it. And I
mean, it would be.
He's on the merch stand. He'll sign all your Iron Maiden CDs, and he'll take some photos with you. He'll sell a shitload of merch.
Yeah,
I know Doro. He did Doro Pesh does like these 3-hour fucking epic sets as well, and he's actually on one of her DVDs. He comes out and does a song with Doro. We was talking about
this last time. King of Metal, how he needs to, like you say, just needs.
Yeah, like I said with Diano last episode, like someone like all the same people really, same.
Yeah.
I think he could go with like a heavier band as well. Just tailor his set, just tweak his set.
Yes, he's got some monsters there, hasn't he?
To suit like a heavier crowd, but yeah, he could talk Overkill or maybe a more melodic. I don't know, maybe a death metal band on the more melodic side, maybe with a bit of a Scandinavian, like a European twist to it.
Well, it'd be funny. Arch Enemy should take him out.
Perfect. That's fucking perfect. Yeah. Yeah, because they normally have like a bit of like some package tour or something. Just stick him on at the beginning, 45 minutes.
Yeah, Arch Enemy or In Flames. Either one of them take him out, and you're away, aren't you?
That's what he needs. Just someone big to just give him a leg up.
Yeah.
And I think Fozzy would be a good fit.
Yeah, no, it would.
Yeah. So what song are we on now? Fight Back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is another banger. This album's full of them. And it's all. Then this album's not breaking a mold. It's the bangers. They got a certain formula, and this is another one in that formula. It's fucking.
I do think Blaze. I think Blaze has his formula though. Like.
I know, but
you know what I mean. But yeah.
Yeah, but no, on this album it's working.
Yeah.
It hasn't worked perhaps on other albums, but he's found the formula with Absolver.
And he always tries different things.
I know, he throws different shit in.
But he will fall back on his formula.
Yeah, but
God, yeah. Go on, carry on. Sorry.
But no, and on this track, it's just another banger with a fucking banging chorus, like great chorus, fucking hooks, solos. Fucking hell, it's got the lot, mate.
Yeah.
And not one song so far has outstayed its welcome.
Yeah.
Between 3 and 5 minutes in the sweet spot. Let's fucking go. Bang. One song to the next, they're flowing. And it's fucking working. And it goes through, it changes it up on the next track. It's more mid-pace, but he's he put them in the right order, so you don't get fatigue.
Yeah, I like that. And then at the end, whoa! Then it goes like a nice little mid pace as well.
Yeah.
So you got that big, epic bit at the end. Yeah, no, number one. This would be good live if he did do it live. I can't quite remember. This is a good one coming up next. Again,
The world is turning the wrong way.
big climax.
Oh yeah, fucking hell. The it's mid pace, so it changes.
It made me wonder: does this actually happen in the story, or is this a metaphorical lyric?
I don't know. I like to say I got a bit hazy.
Yeah,
that's where perhaps a double album would have benefited it more. But it's a fucking excellent song.
Yeah,
you know, the verses are okay, but the chorus is amazing. You got the backing vocals and really bring it to solo. Fucking hell, it's one of them solos where the guitarist could stand there with his shirt open, with a big fan blowing his hair, and he's fucking all that. That's a proper air guitar time, mate.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it means like, is it like a climactic part of the love story, and he can't so it feels like the world's turned. You know, you're being dragged away, and the more this ain't going to happen. This in the real world, this will not work, regardless of your feelings. And it feels like I'm being pulled away. So it's like the world's turning the wrong way.
Yeah.
Is this like some Death Star fucking thing where
I don't know, because we've already talked about
or Spaceballs where you got a giant vacuum cleaner that just sucks all the air out of it.
fucking Spaceballs.
Yeah. But do you not like Spaceballs?
No.
Why not?
Because it's a pile of shit.
Do you know it is a pile of shit?
I don't do spoof films because they're riding on someone else's success. Spaceballs, Airplane, Blazing Saddles, fuck off. Basically, Mel Brooks, do one. No time for it. Young Frankenstein, I loved because it wasn't a Mel Brooks film. Gene fucking Wilder wrote most of it. Even though it was a Mel Brooks film, Gene Wilder rewrote the script. And it's more of a comedy than a spoof. But I don't do spoofs whatsoever.
About Loaded Weapon?
No, none of it.
About Hot Shots Part 2?
No, none of it. None of them.
What about, I'm just going to tell you. All right, fair enough. Yeah,
no,
they are shit, actually. I mean,
it's...
how they ended up making like 5 scary movies and then thingy movie and that movie, they were crap as well.
Yeah, no, they're just taking other people's ideas and taking the piss out of them. That's why I don't do spoof bands either, like Steel Panther. Fuck off.
I mean, I don't have all of Steel Panther albums lined up here, but I think... well, what about Spinal Tap then? Or Bad News?
That was done... That's a bit different because it's not...
It was a film.
It's done as almost like as a commentary on something. And for most points of the time, it wasn't a spoof. They got it right. It was just done in a comedic way. Like we talked about Bad News, you know, a few episodes back, where a lot of band members actually fucking watched that and went, you know what? This is actually what it's like.
Mm.
This is spot on. It's not taking the piss. It's almost like a humorous look at that side of things. Whereas Steel Panther take everything that people say derogatory about metal and bring it to life. And I fucking hate it. I could do a series of podcasts on how much I hate that band. I could go on forever.
Yeah.
But no.
Got no real skin in the game. I mean, I watched them as a support band a couple of times and thought they were funny and they're a good thing. You know, I know.
I mean, because I got so much. I love metal. I've been a metaler through and through pretty much all my life.
I don't think they take the piss out of metal though. I mean, the guitarist in Steel Panther was in Fight. Rob Halford.
The amount of shit I took because I like metal, and everyone said, "Oh, you look like that. You like that. Oh, you do that." Oh, no, I fucking don't. But this band take everything that people take the piss out of metal for and turn it up to 1,000 and put it on stage. And everyone go, "Oh, yeah, that's what metal's like." Fuck off.
Yeah, but they are a comedy act.
Yeah, they're
They're
wankers.
characters. They're not.
Yeah, but nah.
Like, you know, recently one of them left.
Yeah, good.
No, the rumor is he's going to come. He hasn't left. It's a new character will be introduced.
Fucking hell. Well,
so it'd be the same bass player.
For me, it was brilliant because it meant there was only 4 more to go before the band died.
Yeah, but they're not real people.
No, but I can't deal with it because people think they're real, and and that gives more. But that gives outsiders more ammunition to sling at metal when it's complete bollocks. I put up with enough shit over the last 30 years. I don't need it now. It's like these fucking grungers. How they fucking take the piss out of metal. Fuck off. Yeah. You know better than that. Stop it. But like I say, I could rant
because the
forever.
guitarist was on Jamie Jaster's podcast, and he went like, "You was in Fight, Rob Alford's band after he left Priest."
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I weren't in that band." And he was like, because he was doing the interview in character. He was like, "No, you." He was like, "No, I weren't in that band." And then the penny dropped. He went,
"Yeah."
The guitarist on those albums fucking ripped though. Yeah, they're good albums. That was a good band. And he kind of spun it around that way. But yeah, they are an act. It's not.
Yeah, so that. But they're taking the spotlight of a fucking band who are trying.
Yeah.
It's like fucking what they call Jack Black fucking shit.
Tenacious D.
Tenacious D. Stop it. You know, they are taking the limelight from a band who are busting their bollocks trying to fucking get signed. They've got brilliant songs and they've got the right attitude, but they can't do it because these wankers are taking their airtime. It's no different to the fucking X Factor or whatever. It's a manufactured shit, and I've got no time for it.
Oh, fair enough.
Sorry to get real, but
no, good point. I'm not just screaming.
I've been in that band that struggled and played drove all around the country in the back of a van and slept on sofas and.
I've got to say, I do find. Not all, but comedy, when they take the piss out of a certain thing, it is like a bit, all right, well done. It's like your serious band didn't quite make it, but your funny band did. I know what you mean by that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it really, really makes my teeth itch, as you would have guessed from the last 5 minutes.
But let's spin it on its head then. I'm just being devil's advocate here. I'm not. So the Blues Brothers. What would you say about the Blues Brothers?
I've never seen it.
No? You've never seen fucking Blues Brothers?
No, it's one of Kerry's favourite films, and I've never seen it. It's one of the films I never got round to seeing.
Well, the Blues Brothers never took the piss out of anything. That's the difference, because Blues Brothers, basically, they just liked playing old blues songs.
Yeah.
And that became... The persona with the suits and everything became a persona.
Yeah.
It just became another Saturday Live sketch, and they didn't have a band one week, and they went, well, why don't we do it? Yeah. Why don't we do it? And then they ended up hiring a band. So in the film, you've got the backing band. They're all musicians, and that's all their real names. One of them, I can't remember which one. Fuck. One of them is the co-writer to Sitting on the Dock of the Bay.
Oh, right.
Read it. So they're all bona fide musicians.
Yeah.
And what started out as an act ended up being, we should do a couple of gigs. So they went out they did 9 shows opening for Steve Martin.
Yeah.
I got the name right, didn't I? Parenthood.
Yeah.
Steve Martin,
yeah.
Opening for Steve Martin, 9 shows, a 45-minute set. That became a live album. The music critics slated the album, and their response was, well, that basically Animal House went to #1, bomb, and then that album sold 2.5 million copies.
Yeah.
Both at the same time. Therefore, John Belushi became massive.
Yeah, blew up. Yeah.
And it was like, well, you might think they were shit versions of those songs, but those artists are now getting royalty checks. Probably haven't had money for a while. So, off the back of that catapulted the let's do a because in the album Dan Aykroyd then wrote a backstory. So the guys in the suits, he had like a briefcase handcuffed to him, and so the backstory was written in the album, and then that basically became a film.
Yeah.
I can't believe you've never seen the Blues Brothers.
No, never seen it.
Okay.
It's on the shelf. It's on the shelf over there in 4K. Never seen it.
That's fucking mad. Yeah.
It's
But yeah,
Top Gun's over there in 4K. I've never seen that either.
I've never seen Top Gun.
Oh,
No,
fucking hell. Oh, so finally. I thought I was I thought I was this social leper.
Yeah,
never
no,
seen
I've
Top
never
Gun.
seen Top Gun. But yeah, Blues Brothers is awesome. And yeah, but if Kerry is a fan of Blues Brothers, tell her to find the album Suitcase Full of Blues.
Cool.
That was the original album.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. You can get it. And it starts off dun, 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 dun. That's what they walk out to and all that. Yeah, it's like a perfect little live set. Anyway, where are we now?
Together we can move the sun.
We did turn the wrong way, and I went, hold on, is this a romantic thing, or is this an actual climax of the thing? Is this like some Death Star type thing where they actually? I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Then it was all my fault, ladies and gentlemen. I brought up Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Sorry,
We've been talking for 2 hours, so.
I forgot to do my weekly COVID test as well. Hold on. Smell the beer.
Yeah.
And taste the beer. Yeah, right. I'm safe. So, yeah, this has got a big climatic, epic feel to it. So I really like this.
Probably a bit too epic, if truth be told, but there is some. I like the way it starts out. It's a nice mellow one to end the album after we've had like 6 or 7 utter metal bangers.
Yeah,
it's a good way to sort of.
So you're talking Together We Can Move the Sun.
Yeah,
yeah.
We like the term cleanse the palate on this show, and it does that again. It sort of freshens you up for the final push. I like the duet with the lady on vocals. I don't know her name, but
there's a few of them.
She's got a pretty cool voice, whoever's doing this one. And it's got an amazing solo in it. Fucking hell. I mean, again, Appleton smashing it out of the park. And like I say, it's probably a bit too long. You probably could have done it in about 5-6 minutes, to be fair.
Well, don't forget you got a bit at the end as well.
Yeah, you got the story building in there. Yeah, I mean, obviously that.
So you've got. Well, I didn't realise because this is the first time this week where I've listened to them back to back. Normally I'd listen to them a year in between. But yeah, so at the end you've got that. Which closes the album.
Yeah.
So then you got a bit of the dialogue, right? Yeah. You seem to be a bit too close to comfort for him. No. Yeah, it's all part of the mission.
You do realise what's got to happen. He's got to die.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made me think earlier. Is his wife talking to him, or is that her? She's getting a bit too she's falling for him, or is she manipulating him? I think that gets answered at the start of part 3, but we'll get there in a second. But right, as far as an album goes, this is a fucking monster. So 9 out of 10.
This is the better one of the 2 so far.
9 out of 10. This is his best album since Silicon Messiah.
This is the Terminator 2.
Fucking hell, yeah. I mean, like I say, you got Silicon Messiah and you've got Endure and Survive for me in the Blaze pantheon of albums. This is so fucking good. I didn't want to listen to part 3. I wanted to listen to this again because it was so good. There was so much going on in the headphones and the speakers and that. It was amazing. Fucking great album.
Does this measure up against Operation Mindcrime?
No, don't be silly. I mean, it's probably because this is the second part of a 3-part.
Does anything?
Story. No, nothing does. It's the GOAT, mate.
It's the album that made Bruce Dickinson go, yeah.
Fuck.
This band ain't. The band I'm in's not all that, is it?
Yeah.
No. That's what Operation Mindcrime did, by the way, folks. Bruce Dickinson made Seventh Son, and the Seventh Son went, yeah.
This is it. And then
fuck you, Metal World. And then he went
driving home in the car one day and heard Mindcrime. Shit, this is the album we should have made.
Yeah. And it killed his confidence. And that was the first domino that led.
Blame Jeff Tate, people.
Yeah. Everyone else does.
Yeah, I was say he's a bit of a target, anyhow, Jeff. Yeah. I love Geezer. But no, this album's fucking amazing. And
sorry, just a thing about. Do you remember when Sebastian Bach massively trolled?
Yeah, you've had 7 singers since I've been in the band. Perhaps it ain't me.
Yeah, maybe you're. Yeah, well, I think Jeff's doing that right now because he's watching Queensryche just become.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all
parallel.
dropping out, and they fucking Scott's dropping out.
You've
And
literally got the bass player and the guitarist, and that's it.
Parker Lundgren's gone, hasn't he? The guitarist.
Yeah,
He went recently.
But Scott Rackenfield or something is going to have Scott Rackenfield's
Queensryche. Yeah, what's that about? I mean,
so it's going to be like the fucking Drifters at this point. You're going to get every holiday result's going to have a Queensryche.
That's it. And like I say, Jeff Tate's just kicking back, like, because he's actually got a stable band. He's teamed up with a couple of Scottish boys.
Yeah.
And the bass player and a guitarist, because the guitarist is going out of his daughter. And it's the same guitarist and bassist who's been on every show we've seen him at.
And funny enough, the guitarist that just left Queensryche used to go out with his daughter, and that's when the Static started, apparently. Yeah. Because his wife was their manager as well, and then that was starting to rub people, and they went, look,
that never works.
Separate the thing, and then
look at Ozzy, look at Sepultura, it doesn't work.
That's why the band split. And then so they hired a new manager. Obviously Jeff weren't getting on with the manager. He's go on Blabbermouth, it's all documented.
Yeah, it's all there,
but yeah. Anyway.
Right. The Redemption of William Black. Entanglement.
We're going to try to get through this in one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mind you, we're 3 albums we're covering, and we're still within the X Factor episode.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. I wonder if we can get there.
Yeah. Right, so opening with the closing melody.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
That worked. Is this the death of the assistant? I think we can fairly say.
I think so. Yeah.
She's been fucking whacked.
Yeah.
And this new tart has taken over.
Yeah.
So she's probably knobbing the boss. You know how it goes. But yeah, she's well dead. And obviously get all that out of the way. Go straight in.
You don't hear much about this boss, do you? You think it'd be like some big showdown at the end?
He gets
like
he gets a few more on this one, doesn't he? Where he goes proper full-on fucking Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
Like, everyone must die. Ungodly bastards. It's like, well, hang about, son. But no, I mean, as songs go, this is pretty good. Not as strong as Endure and Survive as an opener, I don't think. But this is very Queensryche.
Yeah.
But
all right. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Got a brilliant. I mean, like I say, it's going to be difficult enough.
You can't not if if you're basing your thing on War of the Worlds, right? What's the metal equivalent?
Yeah. And, if you're writing a concept album after 1988, you cannot not be influenced by Queensryche.
Yeah.
Or Dream Theater.
Or Wasp.
Crimson Idol, wasn't it?
Crimson Idol, yeah. That was released the same year as Operation Mindcrime.
I don't think I've ever heard it.
Right, now just one, but let's think about this. Crimson Idol concept album, 1991, I think it was released, and then Operation Mindcrime, 91.
No, Mindcrime's 88.
Oh, I do apologise. Let's quickly look it up. But what I'm getting at is metal's dead, grunge is the thing now. Those 2 albums follow that.
Yeah.
2, you know what I mean?
Metal.
That was originally meant to be a solo album though, but it ended up coming out as Wasp or something like that. It was none of the original lineup.
Or Blackie was I think Blackie's been all of them, hasn't he?
Yeah, Crimson Idol was 1992. Sorry, but it was quite influenced quite heavily by Tommy as well. I think that was what he was attempting.
Right.
Like, this is going to be my rock opera, you know. Frankie Banali on drums as well from Quiet Riot.
No, rest in power, son.
Yeah, and Stet Howland. He basically Blackie Lawless did everything except the drums.
Yeah.
It's a good album. I'm more thing for Operation Mindcrime myself, but it's 2 different sides of the spectrum as well. Queensryche and Wasp were you get the difference, but
the trying to get through this in one go lasted all of a minute and a half, didn't it?
Yeah, sorry.
Fucking hell.
So anyway, Redeemer, pretty much in good tradition of the trilogy, really, it's a big opener, big grand.
It is,
lots going on.
Story building and all that, don't you? Yeah.
Great little side. There's storyboards going on. It's all, there's a lot crammed in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
In fact, you'd be forgiven for thinking it was longer. You've still got those signature little touches, the old operatic backing vocals. That it kind of goes along with the whoa 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 whoas that Blaze is known for.
Yeah.
But
this one actually works. This one actually
Redeemer's.
works.
In fact, I think there is. Yeah, one of these is like he actually opens with Redeemer. One he opens with Redeemer, and the other one he opens with the Dark Side of Black.
Oh, right,
which is an odd one. You'd think he'd open with.
Yeah, weird one, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's bloody. That's one of the album closers.
Yeah, right at the end.
But yeah, like I say, sets things up nicely. It's the grand finale, so we're not going to. We've got a bit of setup to do, I suppose.
Yeah.
You get a bit of story in that. But Are You Here? Again, only 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
In fact, the next one as well was under 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think this is where what you were talking about earlier, a double album might have worked better because it's almost like you're proper stretching the story now. Songs are getting shorter. Yeah,
but with that being said, Are You Here? Take the concept running narrative out of the equation. I would open with this song in a live set.
Yeah, it's quite manic. I like the manic riff and the drums. Yeah. It's got upbeat. It's got a cool chorus as well.
Yeah.
So I can see that working.
Yeah, the way it opens, just you just go come out, lights down, and then
that's it. Yeah,
boom. And because it chop and changes quite a bit in 2 minutes as well, and I think it's got a fantastic chorus. That Are You Here?
Yeah.
And I would. Like I say, narrative aside, I think this is a good set opener.
Yeah, and, I say that could work.
Like I say, it's only 2.5 minutes, so it's no messing about. And then we go straight into Immortal One.
Yeah, this is a mad one because we're talking about the villain. You don't really hear much of him, but in this one, he's fucking all over it.
Yeah,
proper nutter.
3 golden angels.
He's a proper nutter, mate. I mean, he got abused as a child, I would imagine, because he's not a sound geezer.
Yeah,
about fucking killing them all off and all that shit. And when you got the song comes in obviously, and he don't really come into it until you get the spoken word section after the chorus. But that music underneath that spoken word section, the drummer fucking goes off the chain, mate. Proper fast kick drums.
Yeah, he's on fire on
mad.
this. Yeah,
he has his moment to shine. And then the riff under the solo is about as Megadeth as it gets. But that's not a bad thing because that's a fucking great riff. But it just screams latter day Megadeth underneath it, as Blaze quite often has. If you go back through his albums,
it's got a bit of Megadeth going on in a lot of his albums, actually, the way the riffs are played out, and which again ain't a bad thing.
Ain't funny, Mustaine must have influenced fucking, and he's one of those, because of who Mustaine is and the way he's conducted his business, he sort of doesn't get the credit he deserves for basically inventing the fucking genre.
I think Dave says that quite. A lot of people don't even realise, like, I invented this genre.
Yeah, but the thing is, he don't get the credit for it. Everyone talks about Hetfield and all the rest of it, but it's fucking Mustaine.
I love Dave Mustaine. I absolutely love him, and even when he's at his worst, that's when I love him the most because I'm like that. I
don't take any prisoners.
I like arseholes.
Yeah,
and I saw this brilliant clip. He was like, people always say, because he's always so serious as well. Yeah. Which makes him even funnier.
Yeah.
And he goes, like, when you got kicked out of Metallica and you got like 3 times better, but no, I was 3 times better than all of them anyway. I always was 3 times better than them.
Yeah. No, it's fucking mad. But no, he's obviously been an influence on this.
I thought it was funny is you think Metallica, Mustaine, Megadeth, obviously, and He kind of takes credit for Slayer as well, because Kerry King played in Megadeth for the first 10 shows.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but he was still in Slayer. He didn't
Yeah.
leave Slayer. They were still. He just took the gig for a bit.
Yeah.
He left and concentrated on Slayer, but he was just like, yeah, he's kind of doing the whole Little Richard thing, going like, oh yeah. If you ever watched Little Richard, an interview with him, it's like, yeah, the Beatles opened for him, and Stones opened for him, and Hendrix was his guitar player, and
Yeah.
like, rock and roll came from me. Yeah, I am the originator. He gives it all that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the first true sign.
Oh dear.
This
Blaze
one
goes high pitched. Oh fucking dear, oh dear. No.
It feels as though he's trying to cram a bit of story in this one as well,
Yeah.
doesn't it? And but the riffs are there, and the
yeah,
timing
they are.
is
It just doesn't.
good.
Just not mixed the ingredients together. The vocal line of the chorus reminds me of Identity from Silicon Messiah. When it starts, it doesn't end the same way, but it's sort of the first two bars or something of the chorus really sounds like "Who am I?
What is me?
It's where it just sounds like it.
Identity. Yeah,
Yeah, it's only like the first sort of 3 syllables or whatever, but I was like, fucking hell. But, you know, he can rip himself off. That ain't an issue.
Yeah. I might, my boy likes that album. I might,
it's a brilliant album, man.
I might treat him one day. Might go on the old website and see if I can get like an edition, because he's reissuing all his back catalogue. He's getting the rights to it all. Maybe get like a signed edition for him. Can you put it to and all that?
Yeah. But if there ever was a case of an artist blowing his wad on his first album, it's Blaze on Silicon Messiah, because the whole album pretty much is wall to wall.
Yeah, but I can't. He's done a lot since then.
He has, and like I say, and on Endure and Survive, he's back to that level.
Okay, you know? Yeah, all right.
I said it's the best thing he's done since Silicon Messiah, and he really fucking and I hope it's the start of a thing, because he's had some shit going on. Let's not fuck about.
Yeah.
But hopefully this is him now. He's found this level where he's, you know, I much prefer creative Blaze than introspective Blaze. If you
I think you've summed it up pretty well there. Yeah.
If you've noticed the reviews of the Blaze albums, I've always of the creative Blaze, I've always gone, yeah, this is where it's at. And then when he's gone introspective, it's like, you know, some of the music's good, but obviously, you know, who am I to fucking critique the guy? Fuck's sake. Like I said earlier, he's covered probably every emotion that human being can ever fucking go through.
Yeah.
So
let's not jinx it, but
yeah,
more than anything else bad to happen.
But four songs in on the album, and I'm not feeling it really. I like obviously the Immortal one, as I said. There's some great music on that, but this goes back to what you started after the first album. It 3 albums might be stretching things a bit too far.
Yeah.
If this had been a duology, you'd have had.
I think we've got to that point now. I'll kind of jump the gun a little bit, but yeah,
there's fatigue's kicking in. Not that music's shit or nothing like that, but it's almost like songs for the sake of songs. It's like, fuck, I've still got 10 pages of story left. That's 5 songs.
Yeah.
You know, if he'd have taken the best of part 1, all of part 2, and mixed the best of part 1 with the best of part 3, you'd have a fucking concept duology that would be like, there you go. Fucking top that. But I think he's bitten off. His reach has exceeded his grasp a bit, I think. But fair play for him to have the idea to go, I'm going to do 3 albums and they're all going to be connected. It's going to tell one story. Fucking hell, I wouldn't even know how to go about doing something like that, let alone...
Well, I think what happened was it started off as 1 album and he was like, oh shit, how am I going to fit this on 2 albums? He went, oh, maybe I'll do 2. I'll make it a double album. Well, I can't do a double album. You don't do double albums now. All right, I'll do part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
And then as he started writing part 2, he went, oh, fucking hell, I'm overflowing again. Maybe we could do a trilogy. Sci-fi. Yay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it works in the genre.
But when it came to the thing, he went, oh, shit.
Yeah. You know, but like I say, it takes bollocks to even think about it.
Yeah. So Human Eyes. Is this what you mean when is he starting to run out of steam?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I
mean, let's
it's
face
right.
it. Like, if we're going to play album to album, this. It's not really much on what will come or remember, is it?
No.
I mean,
No,
it's the acoustic song, isn't
Yeah,
it?
the one-
Four
yeah.
songs in. I mean, we've got a pattern here,
Yeah.
by design or not. It's there. And
That's it.
I mean, it's all right song, but
Yeah, no, that's what I said.
yeah.
Song's okay. It just he goes into strays into operatic territory again, and like I say, that gets my back up straight away. But but no, it's fatigue is kicking in. Perhaps even for Blaze, it's definitely kicking in for me. But I'd like to say I did all three of them pretty much back to back and over again to try and review them. But so I might going back on this in 6 months' time as an album, I might appreciate it more.
Yeah.
But
yeah, spend a bit more time with it. But
yeah, I mean,
right. So Prayers of Light opens with a little spoken
this is more
word
like
passages.
it kicks back up here.
So
proper sing along chorus.
Yeah. So it opens up with a bit of wind, like wind effect.
Yeah.
You can't see it, but you can feel it. You can't understand it, but you know it. It can touch you. It can change you. It can heal you if you believe. And that is Chris Jericho.
Ah, right, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even
No
fucking
singing.
I didn't even twig that was him.
Now, Chris Jericho is a massive Blaze Bayley cheerleader. I think, apart from me, he might be the biggest Blaze Bayley fan. And yeah, he's always sung Blaze's praises. And I think if is it this one? Yeah, Iron Maiden album by album, where Martin Popoff is basically doing what we're doing, but with a load of different guests, bit different journalists and different couple of stars in here. And Chris Jericho puts his 2 pence worth in, and I saw him in an interview, and he said, "Oh, like, I'm putting together an Iron Maiden book, and we're putting together different comments and different thingies." What's his name from Trivium is in this as well.
Matt Heafy.
Yeah, a few other people. Let's see if I can quickly. Oh, Blaze Bailey's in it. Eh? Bobby Blitz Ellsworth from Overkill, Marty Friedman, Tim Henderson, Chris Jericho, Jimmy Kay, he's from the Metal Voice YouTube channel, great channel. Mike Portnoy, Brian Slagle, who runs Metal Blade Records.
Yeah.
Nita Strauss, I can't pronounce her name. I think she's in.
Nita Strauss. She's in. She wasn't in Iron Maidens, but she's Alice.
No, she's in Alice Cooper, isn't she? Yeah. And anyway, when he approached Chris Jericho, he was like, "I want to do Blaze albums. First things first. I've got stuff to say about them." And yeah, Chris praises them in this book.
Cool.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so let's get into the song, Prayers of Light.
Yeah, proper sing along chorus, put a bit of an earworm actually. First one of the album really, because we said he's renowned for his choruses, but they've been few and far between on this one.
Well, it's an earworm of that riff as well. That
yeah, it's got a hook there, isn't it? It's but it's we're still quality level still way below. We're trending underneath Endure and Survive, but this is a peak on the album so far. But it's taken, this is only the second song on the album that's really made me go, oh yeah.
Yeah, there's nice catchy little number as well. Like you got the old thing going on, and then you got that big bit at the end. Now we stand and fight.
Yeah. Yes.
And yeah, I think we start to go a bit Braveheart, don't we, on this now? Is
18 days.
Funny enough, speaking of Braveheart, the guy from The Prisoner, who's at the beginning of The Prisoner. I am not a number. I'm a free man.
Patrick McGowan.
That's the guy. I watched The Prisoner this year, actually. Very good. Patrick McGowan's in Braveheart. Did you know that?
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Fuck me, I ain't seen Braveheart. Fuck me, I think since it come out, and you're talking nearly 30 years ago.
Yeah, I think I saw it. Last time I saw it, it was on a video.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. we're 4 steps on.
Yeah. Yeah, we're four formats.
No, 5
formats later.
5 steps on, because you had Laserdisc, then DVD, then Blu-ray,
then streaming.
Oh fuck yeah, and then
yeah,
in 4K. So yeah, come on, mate. So that shows how long ago that was.
Yeah. But yeah, Patrick McGowan's in that film. Didn't realise that. So yeah, what are we on now? So
18 days.
18 days.
Which is about the length of time it's taken us to do this podcast.
We're getting there, yeah.
I like this one actually. It's I like the picking and the vocal line.
This is a proper Maiden riff, isn't it?
When it kicks in, it's Maiden.
It's like Steve Harris wrote it. Yeah.
And it's to be fair though to Blaze, it doesn't very often. You don't very often say this sounds like Maiden.
Yeah.
I think he's conscious of that fact. He doesn't want to do that, which is probably why he has gone to Megadeth route, or sometimes the fucking lighter side of melodic death metal route on when he's been really angry. But every so often he kicks back into what made his name. And this is
it's never like he's trying to do like a Maiden knockoff, is it?
And let's say fair play to him. He's
and I did say at the beginning of when we got to the in Silicon Messiah, I just went, this is like the slightly darker, slightly edgier spin-off series of your main one. So if Maiden is Star Trek, then this is Star Trek Next Generation, or maybe even Voyager. If Iron Maiden is Buffy, then this is Angel.
Nine, I'd say.
Hey?
More Deep Space Nine for Star Trek. That
was sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah. Deep Space Nine. Then then Deep Space Nine. If Maiden is Buffy, then Blaze Bayley is Angel.
Yeah.
Doctor Who, Torchwood. The list goes on. But the spin-off will always go a bit darker and a bit
bit out off centre.
The thingy would be a PG, while this one would be a 15. And if you ever did think, well, I wonder if Maiden did get a bit heavier and a bit darker. Yeah, you've got Chemical Wedding, but you've also got this.
Yeah,
and this kind of all Blaze Bayley's solo stuff also. It kind of if you ever thought, I wish X Factor sort of just cranked it up a bit and made the songs a bit heavier, that would also be what you're getting here. So it's the perfect little underbelly spin-off of the main thing. But I will get into something as well, and remind me if I don't. I want to ask a question.
Yeah. A
little what if.
Cool.
But we'll get through these last couple of songs first. So 18 days.
Yeah, I mean, I like this. You got the duet where they're singing slightly different words because they're singing the song from their own point of view. He's the hero. I'm the hero.
Yeah,
it's slightly different. You notice it. It works better if you've got headphones because you can hear it. But I think it's pretty cool the way they do that.
A hero in her eyes, a hero in my eyes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And where they're singing it together, it goes where the words align. It's great. But then when they say the different words, it really stands out. But it works, and it's quite a good idea by Blaze on that. Don't often hear it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's like something like in Sweet Sister Mary. Going back to Mindcrime, where they're singing, they're dueling. They never duet together. They're always singing opposite each other, not together. And so it's a bit different. They've gone at it a different way, and it works, and it's pretty cool.
And if you ever want to see, you need to see both versions of that song, because although Jeff Tate does the album in full, when Queensrÿche do Sweet Sister Mary, Pamela,
you get Pamela Moore out, don't they?
She actually comes out of Queensrÿche.
Yeah.
So got to see both to get that. Yeah. Right, moving on. We've got
Already Won.
Already Won, yes.
Yeah, it's definitely
another short song. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definite fatigue though on this one. I was struggling.
I like that opening riff though, that with that like lovely wah-wah-y sort of solo at the end. It's very rough, very raw.
I mentioned it earlier. It's because the albums have got a formula.
Yeah.
And especially where Blaze has always mixed it up. Every album sounds a bit different, although it's still Blaze. Whereas this, it's trying to tell a story, so all 3 albums have to be in a similar formula.
Yeah.
And it's getting to the point where it's like, fuck, you know,
that's the trap that you can fall into. It's like you're basically just telling a story with some music underneath it rather than
making the songs. Each song means something. Like you say, it's just it's almost like it's not, but it's like a one note thing, and it's difficult to try and differentiate.
Especially with the old da-dun, ba-dun,
yeah,
it's
but yeah. So I mean, it doesn't help that the song's a bit filler anyway. There's not really a lot. It's not one of their finest out of the fucking 33 or 32 songs on the albums. This is like, you're talking, this is like 29 or 30 in terms of quality.
I mean, we are dealing with a 30-song epic, really, aren't we? I mean, so
you know, like I say, it's a bold, very bold move. But so there's always going to be some lows, and this unfortunately is one of them.
Yeah. Like I say, it's just a 3-minute thing, it just sort of fills a gap. But life goes on. Yeah.
Beautiful intro. But Blaze vocals, this destroys it. When it gets heavy, it's all right. It's got very melodic, and it's got it's got a good chorus. Like I say, that we haven't had many cool choruses on this album, but this is one of them.
Yeah, obviously it starts off nice and quiet, nice acoustic set, and then it sort of builds up. You've got a nice little riff in the end there as well. And the main melody doesn't hurt. It's I'm pretty much where you are now, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just, you know, and it's not a reflection on.
Like I say, it's not so much that. Yeah,
it's just a massive undertaking, isn't it? And
it's a good listen all the way through it. Like when you're listening to this thing in one long go, it keeps you occupied the whole time. When you're splitting it up, you know, just trying to think it.
Yeah.
When it starts showing acts, really. But let's go into it then. The Dark Side of Black.
Yeah, it's a good banger. You know, I've sort of lost point with the story as well by this point. I don't know, is this William's revenge, or where he's finally switched sides or whatever?
He sacrifices himself, because you got a little spoken word in the next bit. It sounds like he's at a funeral. I didn't know if he was saying like he's using the evil spirit. Is it like a you know, like the hero falls, it looks like he's dead, but then like something takes over, or he finds some inner strength and then comes back. Do you remember in a Kickboxer when he gets the shit kicked out of him, and all of a sudden she cuts his glove off, and all of a sudden he just puts on 2 pounds of muscle?
Yeah,
and he's like the best kickboxer ever.
Yeah,
cut them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically he finds some inner strength, and then like the Stan Bush music kicks in, and then he just kicks ass.
Yeah.
Or is it like a eulogy of a funeral, and they're blessing him with the eagle spirit, and he's like become a like hero to the people that he saved? I don't quite know what the thing. There's no, especially with Blaze, he does like some liner notes, doesn't he?
Yeah.
None in this. There's no. There's no. That's like, why he's like, you're gonna have to buy the book.
I can say that's why you're getting the book, mate.
He's probably go, you know, it's in the lyrics, read them.
Yeah.
But I wasn't quite sure myself either. I didn't sit there and read it. I've just been listening to it the whole time, so it did kind of just pass me by.
Yeah.
But that's one of the two, isn't it? But I guess in the Dark Side of Black is that. Well, he's obviously got a dark side, hasn't he? And he's fighting that dark side in order to
try and do the right thing.
His redemption, So,
which is the whole point of this album, isn't it? The redemption of.
Yeah. So maybe, you know, especially that album cover as well is pretty epic, where he's flying and he's.
Well, ascending.
Maybe they've got some.
Well, he's doing the pose, isn't he?
Yeah, maybe he's doing some. Maybe there is some some Death Star contraption where he's just like, do you know what? There's only one way out of this. I'm gonna have to kamikaze it. I don't know, but that'd be a good little ending as well. But I reckon put a comic out, Blaze.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm too lazy to read lyrics. But yeah, so then we've got the Patrick McEwen.
Yeah, Eagle Spirit. The very fucking Braveheart
He's
obviously this is one of the old indigenous tribesmen who he's saved, honouring him.
Our brother who doesn't look like us.
Yeah, there you go. Tells you now. Yeah. Yeah, obviously you get that spoken word bit. It's a pretty cool intro. I like that, and Blaze singing, obviously because it's sort of almost like a memorial piece for William Black, isn't it? Like a in memorandum sort of thing.
Excuse me. Yeah, and
the main section it plods along a bit after the intro, but the chorus is a bit of a soarer with some again more dual vocals adding some weight.
Yeah, I mean you've got that. I'm just trying to think where we are with it, but yeah, it's quite drawn out, isn't it? This track.
Yeah, there's no fucking need for it to be 8 minutes in any fucking any version of the multiverse. It should never be this long. So mine's the same as at the end of part 2. It didn't need an 8-minute job.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose just he's just throwing everything at you.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
the final bit, and
yeah,
you got a bit of an interlude and all the rest of it, and then, but yeah, what's the last line? Because it reduces down to just an acoustic, or not acoustic, like a clean guitar. The song reduces down to bare minimum, and then let's have a look at the final line. It's dreams that I'll never know. Now that I am here, dreams I always hold as dear as the life that I lost. And then that's it.
oh, there you go. And
so
that is the end of
the Spirit of the Eagle. This land is their home. Hunted down and murdered. Here in the place they were born. I found redemption. Ancient prayers at light. Brought me from the darkness. Here is the place I belong. Here is the place I belong. So yeah, he's found his home.
Yeah.
So to speak. So we've got a basic outline of the story. I think we.
Yeah, it was a bit, you know.
We need the gaps filled in a little bit, but that's what the comic's for.
It's a very, it's a very bold bit of work. You know, we're talking over nearly 2.5 hours of music. You're talking about. In fact,
is that what it adds up to? Yeah,
you could have listened to it in the amount of time we've talked about it. And Henry Rollins and Blues Brothers and shit spoof metal bands.
Well, I've managed to lose one of the CDs in that time as well. I know it is. Yeah. So, just to recap, part 1.
Part 1. Part 2. Banger.
And then part 3.
Part 3.
So yeah, look, I just think the fact that he finished it was
he deserves credit. He deserves credit for thinking about it, for actually executing it, and for, like you say, not dying before you get to finish it.
Splitting the band up and having to, starts off with this band and an orchestra and a choir, and then it just ends up just him and some bloke in his sofa going jin 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 jin. Yeah. You know. Yeah, he retained the line. Like, it's just so many things that could have gone wrong, didn't. Yeah. And that is
for once it all worked out for Blaze, and you know, and
I'd say we got a 30 song epic here. And, it could be. Yeah, like I say, it's not Operation Mindcrime.
No, but it is better than Operation Mindcrime 2.
There you go. I mean? Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's he's going to have a place in history because there ain't many concept albums in metal. Yeah,
I mean, look, it's not a masterpiece, but it's not a complete fucking self-indulgent fuck up either. No,
because
and I know what, like I say, but between the two spectrums, I know which one.
Yeah,
I'd rather think.
It's definitely closer to Mindcrime than it is whatever. But like I say, he's managed to create. If he'd have done it as a double album, it'd be great. It'd be fucking awesome. It'd be more cohesive. But in the terms of these 3 albums, he has written in Endure and Survive. his best album since his debut, by far.
Yeah.
You know, and if he's going to be, if this has got his creative juices flowing again, if he's at that point now, things only look good for Blaze. I mean, I haven't actually heard War Within Me yet at all, because we didn't get around to doing our reaction to it, did we? It sort of, we fucking
out, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. So I'm quite looking forward to getting there in about a week's time, because we're on a schedule, boys and girls, because Maiden fucked us right up, releasing Senjutsu so quickly.
Yeah.
Hence why we've done this as a trilogy, all three, rather than a show per album.
I mean, overall, I'd give a 7, an 8, and then a 6. But overall, as a conduit, like one big project, overall, I'm just going to give it an 8. I mean, the songs that aren't quite as catchy as others, or maybe this one plods a bit, but none of it's bad.
No, that's it.
None of it's complete. Oh my God, what's he doing now?
No, exactly.
He hasn't. And again, what could have gone wrong? He never really falls into it. Just maybe a little bit here and there. He's falling into that trap of, I'm telling a story and I need a song to back it up.
Yeah.
But there's entire albums like that.
Yes.
And again, I do think as well, he hasn't quite done it all the way, but he has still managed to do that balance where he could take individual songs out of this, and those songs do stand on their own.
Yeah.
I think Chris Appleton has done an amazing job as a songwriter. I think Blaze has found his man. But all the musicians who are involved did a great job. I love the artwork. I love the whole aesthetic around it as well. I think overall it's just it's a good project. And who knows? He may even build on it. With the book and whatnot. Maybe he'll do it live. He might not do all 3 full albums, but he may do like an abbreviated version live. That might work. It's something that can build on, and I'm glad he did it. I'm glad I've got it. Yeah, as far as concept albums go, like I say, there's the top ones, but then it's a long way down, and then it's a fucking pit. And the fact that he's even, he's even, the fact that he's even being mentioned in Water Worlds and Mind Crime is success on its own, I think. And I
mean, I'll part 3. I'll give I could say it's part 1. I'll give it a 6, because it's sort of a mixed bag, really. But and it could never live up to the amazing part 2. As an average for the 3 of them, I think you're talking probably a 7. 10 out of 10 for an idea
effort.
And having it is an A for effort. Unfortunately, it just falls short, but no, 7 out of 10. And I'll look forward to actually being able to sit with them for longer, to be able to really grasp them. Like I say, two was immediate. That, like I said, that's your Empire Strikes Back. That's your Terminator 2. That's the one that sticks out. But the others, there's more than enough to warrant return listens to them. And I might even seek them out as entire albums and listen to them in the car.
Yeah,
I quite often do long journeys, so they're quite old. I'll do it.
Watch them as well.
Yeah,
they're good concerts.
Yeah, because as we've said, live songs tend to come into their own live. Might make me understand them a bit better. But no, fair play to Blaze. He's had a good crack.
Yeah, and like I say, it's good to see Blaze in a good place as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So, congratulations, you have made it to the end.
Yeah.
And
and
let me know.
Still wasn't as long as the X Factor.
Yeah, let us know what you thought of this trilogy. Have you checked it out? You definitely should if you haven't.
Yeah.
And the fact that you've listened to this first makes me worry.
Yeah.
But
if you haven't heard it, spoiled the entire story for you as well. So.
But yeah, what do you think of Blaze's solo stuff so far? Are you a fan of his solo work? Did you prefer, did you get into him off of Maiden, or did you get into his solo work later and then work your way back?
Or have you been Wolfsbane and followed him through his entire career?
Exactly. There's that as well. So, yeah, as always, thank you for watching this. Thank you for your comments. It really does mean a lot. If you want to help and support us, all we ask is just click that button or that button. It doesn't matter. Give us a subscribe. Share it with a mate next time you're having a debate with your mate about how shit Fear of the Dark is and how underrated X Factor is and how Power Slave is better than Peace of Mind. No, it ain't Number of the Beasts thing. And I quite like Paul Di'Anno. And here, have you ever heard Maidencast? There you go. And just tell a mate. That's all we ask. And until then, we'll be back in a couple of days and we'll be doing Steve Harris's British Lion, The Burning.
Back to British Lion. Our time flies.
Yep. And as always, thank you so much for watching this. Yep. And
thanks, guys.
We love you. So all the best until next time. And we'll see you all soon.